Mzee mmoja alitamani kitu rohoni mwake, kitu kimoja kikubwa Christmas hii, kuwa familia yake ije na upendo, ije na furaha tele. Furaha hiyo ienee zaidi kote. Tabasamu ya Krismasi kwa wote. Sambaza furaha hii Krisi, tuje pamoja kwa upendo.
Greetings and good morning. Warwaku to the Grow with Safaricom business. This is the Greater Western edition, and it's a very special edition because we are Sambaza Furaha. This is a campaign that we have been ongoing countrywide, where we are sharing in the joy, sharing in the love during this festive season, as well as saying Asanteni Sana. For the 24 years, you have stuck with us, you have been with us throughout our journey as we commence from a telecommunications company all the way to a technology company. So karibuni sana. We are live at Sarova Imperial, Kisumu City. Hey, nataka tupe kiasi, tuchangamke kidogo. Tuko wapi? Kisumu City ama aje? Hey, sindio, Kisumu Dala. When I checked in yesterday evening, I was told it is not Kisumu if you don't say city. Kwa hivyo, I repeat, Kisumu City, mupo? Mupo ama mpo? Very nice. For our online audience, we are live at Sarova Imperial here at Kisumu Dala, and this is the Grow with Safaricom business, the Great Western edition. So, some housekeeping rules for you as we start this event, which I promise you will be very enlightening. We are continuing with the series of Grow with Safaricom business, and we want to empower you on financial wellness, especially now as we get into the December festivities. I don't know about you, but when it comes to December, yani sherehe is always what is always on our mind, and we are always in a very giving spirit. So we need to ensure that we don't finish our monies way before we start paying that school fees or any other obligations we have. So some housekeeping rules for you. Use the comment section on YouTube or LinkedIn to share feedback and any comments. Actually, as you're here now and as you're joining, please let us know where you're joining from. So, hashtag the county or the city you're checking in from, as well as tell us which biashara are you representing, which business are you coming from. So, hashtag the business name or the company, as well as the county or the city you're checking in from on the comments section. Should you require any support, whether there's an issue on the sound, please let us know as well on the comments section. We have a special digital link where we will be posting our questions, and I want to share this on your screen. That is the Mentimeter. This is a portal that we use. So if you have any questions, please drop them on the Menti portal. That is www.menti.com. Or you can scan that QR code. You can scan it right now if you have any questions. If you want to share as well any feedback while you're here, do so on that particular portal. Before we officially commence on the formal program of this event, kindly allow us to get into the prayers. And at this juncture, I'd like to call upon Rihan Anwar from Sojpa Limited, who will be leading us on the Islamic prayer, as well as we have one of the customers who will be leading us in the Christian prayer. So please join me on stage. Rihan. Oh, there you are. Thank you very much. I saw you came in early as well. Karibu sana. And I know there is one of our customers who will be leading us in the Christian prayer. Maybe you can start with the Islam. Karibu sana Rihan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to request blessings from above. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amin.
Thank you so much, Rihan. For the Christian prayer, asante sana, karibu.
Thank you so much. My name is Felix. Let's bow down and pray. Father the Almighty, we want to thank you for this wonderful morning. Father, we want to thank you for the gift of life you have given us, Father. Father, we have just assembled in this meeting, Father. We want to ask for your protection as we ensure that as we go on with this meeting, bless us, protect us, give us encouragement. Kindly let us understand whatever we are going to be taught here, Father. Father, we want to thank you for everything we have just done to us. Father, we want to thank the organizers for this wonderful morning, Father. Father, we want to thank you for the protection you have given people who have just traveled from different destinations to reach this place, Father. As we begin this meeting, be with us as we end it also. Be with us and give us journey mercies as we go back to wherever we have just come from. We ask you this short prayer, believing in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray and believe.
Asante sana, Felix. A round of applause for them for boldly giving us blessings from above. At this juncture, I'd like to call upon our Director of Customer Obsession. I know she was on her way to the caravan, which is happening in Homa Bay, if I'm not wrong, and she said she has to stop by and say hi and just give give greetings from the leadership team. Lucille, karibu sana on stage. Salimia na hapa tuko Kisumu Dala for the GWSB.
Thank you very much. This is also Dala for me. Jo Kisumu Amoso. Kudima Ber. We represent Donge. And for the ones who don't speak Luopian, all I was saying is, how are you guys doing? You're doing fine. You're representing. You've come out in large numbers. And let me tell you, we've seen that throughout as the caravan has been weaving its way. This is the 5th day. Tomorrow is the 6th day. I'd like to welcome you to our 5th edition of Grow with Safaricom Business. That is literally growing, no pun intended. And it's demonstrating that the time was right to focus on the SMEs, the pillar that grows this economy and our country. But before I say anything more, allow me to pass on regards from our CEO, Peter Ndegwa, from the Safaricom leadership team, and from Cynthia, my colleague in EXCO, who couldn't be here today. She's currently in the US, visiting family. We keep her very busy here. She never gets to see her family. So she says, hello. Mumepokea? Usay upokea salam. The problem ya kufanya kazi yuko Nairobi diaspora, as someone accused me earlier, nimesahau kuongea Kijaluo. That is not true. Luo pia is in software. Omera. So, as I said, this is the 5th installment of our Grow with Safaricom business. Our purpose in Safaricom is to transform lives. And the way we transform lives is connecting people with people. So Safaricom, Grow with Safaricom business is an opportunity to network. We connect people with opportunities. And through this, we hope you will get some knowledge in terms of how you can grow your own businesses. Through the networking, how you can get more opportunities, and even opportunities of what you could do with Safaricom. I also sit on the board of Special Interest Group. Women business owners in the room? Iko wanawake hapa? Sinaongea Luopian. Kuna wanawake business owners hapa? Where's your business owner? Okay, lakini ni mwanamke, sawa. Youth, kuna ma youth? Not young at heart kama mimi, youth for real. Mpaka 35 huko. And then people living with disability. We have a special interest group when it comes to opportunities to do business with Safaricom. So SMEs honestly form that cohort that are covered by SIGs. So there's opportunities. Go into our website, look at the portals and see, can you register as a supplier? One of our targets in the board is to ensure that we get an uptake of businesses by the special interest groups. Opportunities are huge. The final thing we do, remember I said we connect people with opportunities, is also people with information. Throughout this series, there's a lot of information that is shared, how to engage technology, financial literacy. We also address your challenges that you're facing with Safaricom in terms of giving you services and any other information that comes out as a request of what our people would like to hear. So I invite you to participate actively. To our customers joining us online, asanteni sana, and I hope you'll benefit just as much as the people in the room who are representing you physically. As for me, from here, I will take your greetings all the way to Homa Bay, Road Indani, we are tunaenda mashinani, finishing with Kisumu tomorrow, and Greater Western has shown us a lot of love, and it's time to show that love back. Thank you very much, and I hand you back to the team.
Asante sana, makofi kwake tafadhali. Now, before you leave, Lucille, unajua huwezi sema asante mkono mtupu. Tuambie. You know, customers are here. They have been seeing the caravan. Yes. Uko na mbuzi, umeleta nini? Umewaletea nini?
Sasa, ukiangalia hawa. And please, later show them if you can, if there's time, maybe during a break. Yes. Photos of people carrying chicken and buzi.
We actually do have some videos.
Ukiona hawa ni content, they have digital mbuzi, digital chicken. But they definitely want very good products and services. Correct. Very good rates. Sindio? Hiyo ndio furaha tunaweza kusambaza. Yes. Connectivity that's always on. Correct. Reliable and secure. Ama? Wewe unaniangalia nataka kuku pia. Ni sawa. The good thing in leadership, there's delegation. So to the team that I will leave behind, tafadhali, mtawapatia kuku in the form of credit, kuku in the form of products that you can buy. Lakini nimeambiwa nisitoke mkono tupu. So 3 customers watapata airtime worth e-crowd. Unajua huko tunapeana 100, shilingi 50, tutapeana 1,100. But it's not for free.
Ngoja, yes, you're
choose 3 questions that we can ask.
I want you to ask one question right here. And the person in the room who will answer it correctly. The rules of engagement, very simple. Usimame, upewe mic, ujibu your question. Ama namna gani? Then he can walk away with 5,000 bob worth of airtime. How about that? 5,000 bob worth of airtime.
Fantastic. So we need to ask a question, yes, as staff, or that warrants 5,000. So 2 questions.
2 questions. Hi.
What is the name of the Chief Enterprise Business Officer? And you should not work for us. None of our staff who
yes,
that's your boss.
Sema majina.
There's a follow-up question.
Sema majina.
And why did we create Grow with Safaricom Business?
Okay, my name is David. His name is Peter Ndegwa.
Akae. Okay. Mwingine?
Anyone.
Na
come on.
Correct mpaka pronunciation yenyewe.
Cynthia Karuri.
Hiyo jina ingine mimi simjui kama Karuri. Hiyo ndio natafuta hiyo. Haya, mwingine apewe at least 500 bob airtime.
Sawa basi.
Cynthia Karuri Kropak.
Hey, well done.
No. Sema?
Cynthia Karuri Kropak.
I said the name must be pronounced correctly.
Okay, Lucille. Ulisema luo pia ni za software.
Nani atamsaidia? You'll try again? Aya, madam. I'll give you 1,000 bob.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Cynthia Karuri Kropak.
Mumekubali? Utapata 1,000. Mwengine?
Felix.
Oh, you want to try again?
Let me try.
Yes.
I think her name is Cynthia Karuri Crotch.
Huyu anipatie 1,000 bob. Mumerekodi hiyo?
Uko nyuma.
Mumerekodi? Hiyo lazima nimtumie leo. Nyuma, who's brave? Huku ni Luopian City bwana. Represent.
Mwenye ako na mic.
I'm here. Cynthia Karuri Kropek.
Lipa fine bwana.
Kwa hiyo 500 bob imetoka hapo.
Cynthia Karuri Ropak.
Hey, Omera.
Kropak.
Yawa. Huyo pia lipe fine. Aya.
Hapa mbele.
Cynthia Karuri Krobach.
That's it. Hebu sema tena wasikie vizuri.
My name is Joachim. Cynthia Karuri Krobach.
Sawa. Aya. Why did we create Safaricom grow with Safaricom business?
Maybe I'll give someone else that opportunity.
Go nataka 2,500. 2,500. Why are we here? Representing in the suit. Na nimeizungumzia.
I'll give to connect people with people, to connect people with opportunities. Someone to take. Hello?
You even want my mic.
My name is David from Migori County Government. To connect people with information.
Well done. Yes, you can leave Lucille. Makofi kwa Lucille and all the winners as well as those ones who are paying fines. Yeah. Karibu sana.
So as I leave, please, utapewa.
Nikusema na kutenda.
Tumetenga. Please ensure you engage, network with also our own team, because anytime you have an issue, now you have connection, isn't it? Get information, even from your colleagues sitting here. Remember, SMEs are the supply chain, value chain in this country, connecting big businesses with end consumers. Connect with each other and the opportunities that are there. Remember, I asked you to go to our website to see what opportunities are there for special interest groups. You don't have to be as big as Huawei to do business with us. Please do that. So that is connecting you with information. And then the information that the teams will share today. Henry, you are missed out in the introductions. Maybe you will introduce him as I step out.
Thank you so much, Makofi, our director, customer obsession, Lucille for Sambaza Furaha. We told you this is the Sambaza Furaha edition, as we say, Asante for the 24 years. So I would like you to just look at your screens and see our journey and the customer delight campaign that we have been going throughout the country as we say, Asante to you.
Today we'll start in Kericho, heading to Brook, Chepsion, Kedoa, Londiani Junction, and complete the journey at Londiani Town.
Tumekuja kusambaza furaha na
Safaricom ni mwema. Kakiesa, Safaricom ni mwema. Hii siwezi kuchinja, utalea mpaka wachukua waone. Safaricom ni mwema.
They are so happy, they are excited to engage with us, and they are happy on what we are telling them, gifts we are giving them. We also upgrade our customers from the Mulika Mwizi to a new smartphone, where it will bring our customers into the digital world.
Kriti imekuja mapema hii mwaka. Asante sana Safaricom kwa kunisambazia furaha. Nimepata simu, nimetoka kwa Katululu, nimeenda kwa smartphone. Sasa nimefurahia sana.
Nimepata zawadi ya unga na kuku ya Christmas. Nimesema asante, nimekula Christmas.
Leo nikizindua duka letu la Safaricom na pia tunaendelea kusambaza furaha kwa customer wetu wenye wametusapoti hiyo miaka 24 as we continue transforming Kenya's lives. Tukifungua hii duka leo, ni laini kabisa na mpangilio yetu ya Safaricom kuhakikisha tunaleta huduma zetu kwa wateja wetu kwa njia nyororo zaidi kabisa, kuhakikisha hamtembei mbali, hamuna shida kufikia huduma zetu.
Nimeshukuru Safaricom kwa vile inasambazia mimi sikukuu ya busi na familia yangu. Sikuwa niwatarajia kitu kama hii ya busi.
Furaha na Safaricom, wabarikiwe sana.
Christmas time is the time to bring gifts and celebrate with others. So tutakuwa tunapeana mbuzi, tutakuwa tunapeana kuku, tutakuwa tunapeana chakula, na tusisahau airtime na simu.
Nimetoka analog, sasa ninaenda digital. Tukutane kwa WhatsApp jioni, na Mungu ambariki watu wa Safaricom.
Niko na kuku, niko na raha na mafuta. Holiday yangu itakuwa poa.
Kenyans, let's come together and Sambaza Furaha hii Krisi na Safaricom.
All right, Sambaza Furaha na Safaricom business. Honestly, because of you, tunasema asante. Lucille had mentioned there's a caravan ongoing in the Greater Western. So I'd like to show you, this is where we shall be all the way from Kisumu. So we are going to end the caravan in Kisumu, but tutaenda Bungoma, tuende Mayanja. Today people are in Homa Bay, tuende all the way to Kisii, Nyamera. Actually, in Nyamera, we are going to have medical camps in association with Empa Foundation. So if you have any issues and you're actually from there, please visit our medical camp, visit the caravan, enjoy tushereheke hii Christmas. Ama aje, ladies and gentlemen, yes? Sawa sawa basi. Now, I would like us now to get into the formal program. In this juncture, I would like to welcome on stage, and please help me to welcome her. This is our lead for mid-market segment enterprises, Josephine Muema, for the opening remarks. Makofi kwake as she joins me on stage.
I think before I begin, I would like to introduce one of our leaders as well, whom we missed in the introduction. Henry, kindly stand. Henry is our lead in what we call BFSI. He will tell us what BFSI is. Maybe you're giving the mic, yeah. Because I also don't know.
Okay, good morning. Yeah, so my name's Henry Muturi. I'm in charge of BFSI, that is banking, financial services, and insurance customers. I lead the team who takes care of those customers. So banks, all the banks, we take care of all the banks, all the insurance companies, all the SACCOs in this country, fintechs, and also investment firms. Thank you.
Asante sana, Henry. So, Kisumu City mpo? Surely. Yani, hii breakfast haijashika ama ni nini? Kisumu City mpo? Asante sana. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It is my pleasure today to host you here on the 6th series of Grow with Safaricom Business, where we are going to equip you with knowledge that will enable you scale your businesses through technology, of course, leveraging Safaricom's extensive network, experience, and commitment to innovation to grow and thrive in this digital era. When we came up with this platform, Grow with Safaricom Business, it was out of the recognition that entrepreneurship and more specifically, MSMEs, that is the micro, small, and medium enterprises, continue to play an instrumental role in the Kenyan economy, creating empowerment and supporting livelihoods. Unfortunately, majority of the MSMEs lack the necessary tools and knowledge to help them scale their businesses. Therefore, with this platform, Grow with Safaricom Business, we seek to equip you with the relevant knowledge. I know there was a question to why we are here, what is Grow? Yeah, we'll support you with that knowledge, and this will help you to scale your business, like I said earlier. We are in a celebratory mood. We turned 24 years. So we are grateful to the millions of consumers and businesses who have supported us for the past 24 years, enabling us to fulfill our mission of transforming lives. We are here today as a part of the Sambaza, you know where I come from, my goodness. Nimejiuza, sindio? Sambaza Furaha Caravan with Safaricom. We are here to show our appreciation to you, our customers, from the micro, small, medium enterprises, and also the large enterprises who are here today with us, because you continue to be the backbone of the economy of this country. We will run regional editions across the country under the theme, Your Festive Guide to Financial Wellness, Security, and Data Privacy. We are not leaving you empty-handed. Remember, like I said, we're in a celebratory mood. We have some very sweet offers, very enticing offers around connectivity, remembering that connectivity is the backbone of technology. There is what we call 5G for business. We have revamped our 5G for business to address a very critical gap for SMEs by providing faster, more reliable connectivity that supports the growing digital needs for your businesses, such as real-time collaboration, seamless online transactions, and remote operations. We have increased the speeds like, I don't even want to mention, 5 times we've increased the speeds that we had previously, and it is at very affordable costs or price. We aim to improve you, our customers, experience and ensure that SMEs like yourselves can access enterprise-grade internet performance without stretching your budget. This will indeed empower you to enhance productivity, improve customer interactions, and scale your operations efficiently in today's increasingly connected marketplace. So this offer on the 5G is very simple. You will only sign up for the 5G plan and you get the 5G router for free. Of course, there is a validity period, and the validity period is, the offer will run from the 29th, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow to the 31st of December. So please sign up for that 5G plan and you get your 5G router for free. You can also visit the site, our site, business.safaricom.co.ke. I will repeat, business.safaricom.co.ke to buy your plan and select your pickup location for that free router. Remember, we have over 47 shops across the country, so you can choose whichever location is convenient for you to collect your router. Whenever you run a promo, there is what we call the terms and conditions. They are not very rigid conditions. So the free router offer is only applicable with the purchase of that 5G plan. So you cannot just go in and say, I've come to collect my free router. You have to subscribe to the 5G plan. We are getting into the festive season, and when we are in that celebratory mood, this is the time when fraudsters prey on the vulnerable people. So throughout the year, and especially during this time, like I have said, fraudsters do take advantage of unsuspecting individuals, targeting those who may be more vulnerable. So we are supporting you on matters around M-Pesa fraud and data privacy awareness by running campaigns. We have launched the fraud awareness campaign to educate you and help you to avoid falling victim to fraud. What are we doing? You can report any fraud case by dialing 333. You dial 333 or through the My Safaricom and M-Pesa apps. Those three options will support you to report any fraud cases. In addition, we are increasing customer touch points and bringing services closer to customers. I think this is what the FMCG calls at arm's length. We are really trying to ensure that we bring service to your doorstep. We have 47 shops, slightly above 47 shops across the country, with 373 franchise stores, 2,900 authorized dealer outlets, and 273,000 M-Pesa agent outlets. And these touch points, of course, play a very crucial role in addressing customer-related issues. We have not forgotten our youth also. We are empowering our youth through what we call S-Hook. So for the youth segment, we are upskilling them through S-Hook Circle. And this Saturday, we will be holding workshops at the famous Muliro Gardens in Kakamega. I'm sure you know why they are famous. I don't want to get into that. Our empowerment to the youth focuses on 3 pillars. That is technology, career, and culture. On technology, Hook, we aim to shape the future of technology and connect youth with opportunities in this field. Through culture, Hook, we provide youth access to their passion points and partners to help them monetize content and break into the art and fashion industries. Under the 3rd pillar, career Hook, we empower youth to pursue their ambitions, whether in entrepreneurial pursuits or career goals. And like I said, where the rubber meets the road is connectivity. Safaricom has invested immensely in ensuring that we have reliable infrastructure on matters, connectivity, and we are investing in all the counties, not just 1, 2, 3 counties. It is across this beautiful country, Kenya. So over the past 12 months, we have expanded our 5G network to 1,545 sites and added 224 new 4G sites across this country. Currently, 97.8% of the Kenyan population is covered by 4G, 5G. Jamani, situpigie Safaricom makofi. That's a Jamani, tupige vizuri. Asanteni sana. In addition, we also have 36 universities, 30 TVETs, institutions that are now under 5G coverage, while a total of 11,109 health facilities now have access to 4G, 5G coverage. As Safaricom, we remain committed to delivering seamless network experience to our customers. And like Victoria said earlier, we will be having a medical camp as we continue to Sambaza Furaha na Safaricom, because we really love to support the communities. We are the biggest supporter of Kenyan communities through our initiatives in health, education, and economic empowerment. Through the Empa Foundation and our partners, we will offer a free medical camp on Saturday, the 30th, in Nyamira, Menyenye SDA School from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please, let's ensure that we share that information with our families, our friends, so that we make good use of this free medical camp supported by Empa Foundation. The free medical services will include general doctor consultations, eye checkup, breast and cervical cancer screening, fistula screening, diabetes screening, hypertension monitoring, dental screening, and child health consultations. As I conclude, I want to say that at Safaricom Business, we remain committed to empowering businesses across all sectors, beyond the role of traditional service provider to offering solutions that address unique business challenges while allowing new opportunities. Remember, when you provide good connection solutions, there is frictionless digital transformation, there is what we call great expertise support. And we continue to see to it that small businesses thrive in the competitive marketplace. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Asante sana Josephine. Makofi tena to our lead mid-market segment enterprises, Josephine Mwikali. Asante, asante sana. She has emphasized the reason why Grow with Safaricom Business came together so that we can get the small, medium, large enterprises under one roof so that we can empower you, elevate you, as well as equip you with the necessary skills to grow and zidisha your biashara. So, my keynote speaker is a seasoned financial expert and entrepreneur. I am probably sure you know him if you are a frequent user of X, because I'm an advent user of X. I always see the tweets as well as the wisdom that gets from the Abojani investment. I don't know kama kuna watu wanajua Abojani. From my colleagues or friends who are online, drop a fire emoji if you know Abojani. Actually, drop a cash emoji, pesa, because sababu we are talking about financial success, how you can get yourself from survival mode to thriving mode. So he's no stranger to Kisumu, as well as this region. He actually schooled in St. Mary's, Yala. He then did his computer technology. Then he realized, by the way, what moves the world ni pesa. So he invested his time as well as his craft to ensure that he can come and empower small and medium enterprises to make money, to actually know how to make money work for you and me. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow us to introduce CEO and co-founder of Abojani Investment, Robert Ochieng, to the stage as he let us know and shows us how we can get from surviving to thriving. Robert, karibu sana, the stage is yours. But before you start, I was very curious when I saw this audience. Maybe you can tell us, from a show of hands, how many of us are thriving in our businesses or our personal finances? Show of hands. Who is thriving? Hey, smama kaka tafadhali. Thriving. Say yes, thriving. Aya basi. How many of us are surviving? Yani tuko. From the laughter in the audience, Robert, your work is cut out for you. Makofi kwa Robert as he gives us insights on how we can get to that guy who is thriving in his finances. Asante.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you and glad to be back to Dala. So when you are asked about money, you better believe about tomorrow. Because an investor or someone who is an entrepreneur is simply someone who is optimistic, right? If you don't believe that tomorrow is going to be bright, there's no need to be in business, because business is about tomorrow and the things that you are going to create for your customers. So today we are going to look at financial wellness for entrepreneurs. So finance is always about conversations. So how many of you have registered or licensed businesses? Yeah, great. So the moment you get the license from the government, you can run your business for centuries or even decades. There's a business like Old Mutual, which is over 170 years old. But what can cut short the life of that business? Finances, yeah. So that's why finance matters. So for the people who own businesses, there are two things that experts will tell you when it comes to your business. Number one is working in the business. And that is what we get addicted to, right? Some people get addicted into being hustlers. You wake up at 4 a.m., right? You come back at 11 for 20 or 30 years. So working in the business is what you get used to. So I used to work in a bank. I was head of IT in a bank. So in a bank, you have staff, everything is done for you, and you are well taken care of. But when you come to a startup, what happens? You are everything. You are the marketing director. You are the one who is picking calls. So that is working in the business. But for your business to grow, you need to learn to work on the business. So working on the business is about vision, strategies. So just sitting somewhere even for 1 hour, just relax, thinking about the business. That thinking in itself is a lot of work. And it is what will now move your business to the next level. So how many people are entrepreneurs here and they're not from finance background? Many people, right? Yeah. So what happens is that many entrepreneurs are likely to be driven by passion. You just say, I'm passionate about this and that, I'm helping people, and you're likely to just focus on that most of the times. But few entrepreneurs really connect to the idea of finance. You'll say, once I've hired an accountant, the job is done. Once I've hired the finance person, the job is done. But you might not know that you are actually outsourcing the business to the accountant. Do you understand the numbers? Do you understand when things are going wrong? A clever accountant can run down the business, then resign and disappear. You won't know. 3 months later is when you'll realize there's nothing in the business. So you can actually be creating value for the people. That's why it's important for entrepreneurs to have what we call business acumen. So the business acumen is basically the ability to run a business effectively. So it's not about you and who you are. Some people keep on saying, I'm not like this, like that. The business is like a child. You might not need milk, but the child needs milk. So you have to incorporate those skills and build what we call capabilities. Like personally, my background is in technology. I had to learn finance and also bring people who are in finance, bring people who are in media, who are in social media. So one of the few businesses in Kenya where we get 100% of our customers online. Can you imagine that? Through social media platforms. So I'm not a social media guru, so what did I do? I had someone with social media expertise. So you should always know that business acumen is the ability to run a business effectively. There you go to a doctor will treat you effectively. So your business, you also need to gather the skills to run it effectively. And you can see finance is actually what drives the business. So during tough times, finance can buy you 3 tough months. If Mandamano comes from nowhere, you still need to pay salaries and rent. If you have some extra cash, what will that cash do you? It will buy you that tough month, then you'll still live to fight another day. But if you have nothing, your story will become history. And so many things are coming up, right? We had COVID came from nowhere. Before he settled, what came next around 2021, 2022? If you're in building and construction industry, Russia, Ukraine, right? Yeah, the prices of things went up almost twice. So these are things that are coming up. Before you know it, we had Mandamano. We don't know what is going to come next. So you have to learn to thrive. And that's why now you need to really think of planning your business. So write down the revenues that you want to make next year. So you cannot just start 2025 like that, right? It is just like any other year. Write it down and start planning around it. Set aside even 1 hour just looking at your finances if you're a business. So if you set aside 1 hour per month, how many hours are those in a year? Just 1 hour looking at your finances and planning in terms of what is coming up. 12 hours. 12 hours in a year is half a day. So really, if money is that important, let's also set aside some time for it. Yeah. So it's very, very important that when you get into the business, ladies and gentlemen, you should know that the business is a vehicle to also help you live the life that you desire. So because of that, you need to know that there are two living things if you are an entrepreneur. You are the first living thing, and the business is also a living thing. Just like you take care of yourself, you also need to take care of the business. So if you want the best for the business, always know what is in the business for you. So when you are setting your finances, separate business finances and personal finances. It is for your own good, because experts will tell you that the number one enemy of a business is you as the entrepreneur. Yeah, you are the enemy. So it's up to you to make the choice that you want the best for the business. And take, for example, how we take care of our children, we want to make sure that they are good, they are okay, then they grow. When they graduate, usually the graduation ceremony is not for the child. Realize the parents will come with the villagers with a very big bus. They are celebrating for the good work that they did. So for your business, it's very important to do that separation. So can someone tell me, before we proceed, a tool that Safaricom has that can help you with that? If you want to separate business, yes? Pochi la biashara, great, yeah. So when I was starting my business, someone from a bank advised me to get an Empa pay bill. It was one of the best decisions that I've ever had. So the money goes to the Empa pay bill, then to the bank. But these days, we have Pochi la biashara as well. So it's very, very important to learn that. So that's what we say, start with the planning and organize stuff. Don't just be waking up and doing things like today is Monday, stuff like that. So plan so that once you have the plan, you'll now execute. Okay? So you execute by ensuring that your business and personal finances are separate. So that is to ensure that also as well, before you proceed, you have to know what is in this business for me. Like December is a month that should just be happy for no good reason. Right? It is easy to be sad for no good reason, right? But December, for heaven's sake, we've worked hard for the past 11 months. Let's enjoy December. But to enjoy this December, we need money. So you should always know that. What does money mean to me? That meaning should be connected to your business, so that when you are the entrepreneur working the business, it is not just about serving other people. We are here at Sarova, we are being served, right? We are enjoying the ambience. So that's what you do as an entrepreneur, is you offer a service. But what about you? So I want to get from you, what does money mean to you? And I think the people answer can be given gifts. So that reason is very important. But the moment you are going to the business, don't just say you are Mr. or Mrs. Passion. You can run with the passion for 20 or 30 years and get out of that business with literally nothing. So it's very, very important to make that connection. So that when you're working to grow your cash flow and growing the business, open branches, you also know that there's something in it for you. Remember, life, from a life point of view, there's nothing like an entrepreneur or someone who is employed. We all have needs, right? When you go to school, do they ask whether you are an entrepreneur or not? The school fees is school fees, right? When you want to go for holiday, like I used to pass at Yacht Club. I don't know whether it is still operational. There are some floods there. So when I go there, I'll need money, and that is having fun and enjoying life. So it's very, very important. And I want to hear from you. What does the money mean to you at a personal level? It means freedom. Great. So freedom is why you started the business. So can the business bring you freedom? It should not be about hustling and struggling for 10 and 20 years. So you should really connect about that. That is how now you'll take your business seriously. You'll start planning, you'll be consistent, then you'll create systems that can elevate the business to grow. And you can see the theme there is to grow. And remember, when we talk about working on the business, it's about the structures that you create. So if you want to win, there might be football fans here. Usually you want Manchester to win. What about you? Do you want yourself to win? Do you want to win? We blame the coaches. What about you? You are the coach and the boss. Should you also say you must go, or Arteta must go? So you see, yeah, so you have to connect. Very, very important for you to connect. It's easy to want other people to be the ones to achieve things, but we can't forget ourselves. So it's very, very important. Some people usually don't know that probably the thing that they love the most is not even the business, it's their children. So I have a friend of mine, the day they were locked in the house, when the landlord came for the keys, is when he realized that actually the number one thing that he loves is the family, not even the business. So the business should help you to support the family. So you really need to have the connection and all the things that you have in mind. Yeah, so today we need to learn business acumen. So when you are in business, like you see the way Safaricom is run, they are organized. They say they are going to come here at a certain time, and they are here quite early. And it's also good that as the participants, you also came here early. Are you also running your business like that? Or for you, if it is 11, you'll say, hey, there's a lot of traffic. So that you have to create standards and create parameters. Because for you to win, you must be structured. Even the Olympic champions like Eliud Kipchoge will tell you they win because they are structured. So you must create structures. Whether you are in the informal sector, whether you are an artist, you have to be someone who is reliable. So I want to give you a definition of someone who is known as an achiever. An achiever is someone who can be trusted with outcomes. Once I've given you something, I know it will be done. If you're a plumber, it will be done. No stories. If you're someone like that, believe you me, these days it is very easy to be extraordinary. The bare minimum that is acceptable, very few people can do it. So if you can be reliable, that could be important. So for you to run your business, you need to understand financial literacy, which is to understand the basic terms, like in your business. When you come to interact with Safaricom, when you come to interact with the bank, we know and we love you that you are passionate about your business, but you must understand the language of business. Talk about sales, right? Revenues, expenses, and stuff like that. That's something that you must understand, because sometimes entrepreneurs get frustrated. They're saying, how comes they're not seeing how passionate I am? But we are still not talking the language of business. If we ask you, how much do you want to make next year? You have no idea. Usually, we just run our business. At the end of the day, we see how much we have. You need to plan and at least have some target, and that will increase your chances of success. So it's very, very important. Then accounting literacy now is the language of business. And a business is usually divided into 5 groupings for understanding purposes. And we are going to explain that today. So please, as much as you're an entrepreneur, you need to learn about the commerce side of the business, commercialization. And even if you're not the founder, anytime you become a supervisor, for you to grow in the business over time, you need to understand the commercial aspect of the business. I used to be head of IT in a bank. You'll have a budget. No one cares whether you are from IT background and you don't know about budgets. We'll give you the budgets and you want outcomes, And if you want to buy anything, you'll have to justify why you are buying it. So when you are talking to the founder of the business, when you are talking to stakeholders and even your customers, it's very, very important that you speak the language of business. So it's very, very key. All the third parties, even Kenya Revenue Authority, if they visit you, sometimes you might have clean books, but you are panicking because you cannot speak the language of business. You might find yourself in problems. So it's always important to know what a business is all about. And we are going to look at that. So it's not going through. Okay. Yeah, so before we proceed, I want you to know that in any time, at any point in time, when you are seated somewhere with other stakeholders, always know that it is about how you express yourself. So perspective is very important in the business. Don't assume that because I'm Safaricom or because I'm Abojani or because I'm KRA or the government, I'm in the business just for you, right? Just know that everyone, including your customer, is trying to get the best deals. The customer wants the lowest price, right? You as an entrepreneur, you want the highest price possible. So you should always know that when you are sitting in any table, making any deals or a negotiation, know that the other person is trying to get the best deal. That's why you need you to plan and prepare. When you are going for any business meeting, don't just say, I had someone who did something for me, and I asked them how much. They say, ile tu utaona utanipatia. Can you imagine that? That's true story. So what will I do? Probably could have asked for 3,000 and I could give you, but I would just give you 500 or 1,000. So you really need to know that in finance, always try to fight for your interest. Because in deal making, everyone is trying to get the best deal in town. So that's very, very important. That you learn that when you are running your business and you have a plan, for example, if you are planning to do sales of X amount at a certain amount of money, you are likely to have a better answer. But if you have no idea, other people will take advantage. So there are people who are very good at working hard, but they're not achieving much because they don't understand the perspectives in finance. Yeah, so I've really made this simple. So I want you to understand that finance has only 5 things. And from today onwards, I want you to relax when you hear about finance. So can you all say relax? Relax. So if you know relax, you know finance. And relax is basically revenue, equity stroke capital, liabilities, assets, and expenses. So everyone in your organization, please, it is for your own benefit that everyone should understand relax. Because sometimes people have a lot of opinions in the business. They say, you know, since people are Gen Z, we should give them a lot of free things. I have no problem giving you privileges as long as we can drive the revenues and grow. Because you might find that you are just spending because people are saying they want to spend, they want to go for holiday, they want to go for team building. I have no problem going to fund your team building as long as next year you can come and say, because of the synergies that we created now, marketing department and IT, they are working in sync and we are generating more revenues. So you need to understand relax, which are those 5 things. So accounting or finance groups a business into these 5 items for the sake of storytelling so that you understand the story of a business. When you come to talk about your business, mostly it is about these 5 things. And it starts with assets. So assets are the only valuable things in a business. So valuable means the ability to generate value. You can generate value from them. What you do with your Safaricom fiber is up to you, right? We can all be paying 5,000 for Safaricom fiber and someone is generating more with it. So once you have assets, you must learn how to sweat your assets. And so many people can have the same assets, but they have different outcomes. So you should always know that a business is centered around assets. So when you're starting a business, even before you make any sales, you'll get assets, right? Like any examples of assets that you might have from where you operate? Like a phone, even Mulikamwizi is an asset, right? You receive messages with it, yeah. So that's very, very important. But for you to acquire assets, you'll need cash, right? So this cash can be funded before you start your business, primarily through 2 sources. You can get a loan, which is a liability. So that's an obligation. So if I give you a loan of 100,000, my friend, it is not free money. It is an obligation. So you need to write that down. If you have anyone's loan, please, it is an obligation. Figure out how to pay it back. Yeah. The other way through which you can fund assets is when you, as the business owner or shareholders, you put money into the business. I don't say that ni pesa yangu tu nimeweka hapo 100K. The business is supposed to generate value for you. See it as an investment. So if you put 100,000 in the business or 50,000, you should ask yourself how much the business is going to generate for you. Because sometimes people say casually, you know, is my money, whether it works or not. If that's the thinking, then If it works or if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. So know that any money that you put in the business should get returns above the traditional investments. If treasury bills and bonds are giving people 18%, the business should give you 25% or 30% or even 50%. Otherwise, there's no reason to put the investment there. So it's important to know that at the beginning of your business, you need to have assets and you should know how they're funded. And please always write down the numbers. So know that I bought a phone worth 20,000. 10,000 was a loan from Fuliza or Mshwari, right? And the other 10,000 was from my pocket. So this phone of 20,000 is going to generate for me revenues worth 100,000 this year. You get it? So that's how now you start thinking from a business point of view. So what they call a balance sheet is basically assets and how they are funded. So we've simplified that. The next thing that you need to know about a business is that a business has got only 2 activities. So you need to know that a business has got only 2 activities. Everything that you are doing, you should always know that either you are generating revenues or you are sacrificing value. So generating revenues or generating value for your customer is what we call revenue. So anytime you are serving the customer, that is revenue. It is an activity. And you need to know from today onwards that revenue is not necessarily money, because small businesses forget about that. That's why small businesses are suffering with county government, because when you get the tender for 50M or 100M or 10M, you lose your mind. That is not money. It is an opportunity to generate money. Then you'll execute the job, then you start waiting for the money. Do you understand why revenue is not necessarily money now? Yeah. So revenue is just an activity. How you generate your revenue matters. So if you are serving people through M-Pesa, you are very lucky because the commission is earned there, then at the end of the month you are paid. That's a very good business. But if you usually supply things and you wait to get paid later, you need to understand that you are in the lending business. True or false? True. So people forget that. So you get big opportunities, you forget that you need to appraise the person that you are serving on credit. Because at the end of the month, they'll come back with stories, right? There are people who are very good at paying you, and some people are not good at paying you. So you need to understand that revenue is not necessarily money. So those are the things that when you sit down and you start thinking about your business, think on how to generate revenues. So does it make sense? Because there are people who do prepaid business models. If you don't have airtime, Safaricom will tell you, pole sana mteja, top up. That's a good business, right? Because you top up, you get the service, they've been paid. But for some of us, we'll do the supplies, right? They now wait to get paid. Then you start getting a lot of stories. So when you meet small businesses, they are always owed money. Every small business is always saying, these guys are not paying. Watu hawalipi. So what you can do, try to also design revenue models whereby you also get paid upfront. So it's very, very important to have that revenue mix. So the other thing about revenue, when now you start working on your business, revenue is also a source of funding. So I usually hear SMEs complaining, there's no capital in Kenya, banks are not giving loans. My friends, revenue is the cheapest source of funding. When you're just seated there and the customer buys, that's actually money. It is funding, right? You can use it to pay salaries, run your operations. So I want us to change the conversation. I need it at the top of the highest building in Kenya. I don't know whether it's KICC. That revenue is the cheapest source of funding. Before you go to banks or you go and seek outside funding, ask yourself, have you done your marketing, your product development? Are you putting in the efforts to get customers to buy your product? Because even if you give you a bank loan, what will pay the bank loan? Sales and revenue, right? So you need to connect with that. The other thing is expenses. So it's also an activity. So that is, you sacrifice value to get value. You cannot be the one doing everything in the business, right? And you cannot be creating everything by yourself. That's why you buy Safaricom fiber. It is an expense, but I want you as an SME to see it as an investment. Because it allows you to generate and create value for your customers. So once now you have your revenues and expenses, what you should look at is, in the long run, the revenue should exceed expenses, then we say now you are profitable. So in the long run, it is only a profit that can sustain a business. Not the government, not we as your friends who are wishing you well, right? Not the vibes, not everything, not anything else. In the long run, you must aspire to have a profitable business. So when you have a profitable business, your capital can also grow. Let's say this year you closed with a profit of 500,000 and you've retained 200,000. What is happening is your business is becoming bigger, okay? So Safaricom is big because they've kept part of their profit. That's the difference between a small and big business. So in the long run, ask yourself, my business is 20 years old. You know, the people whose businesses are 20 years old and the bank balance is zero. Nothing is growing. So the business should be growing. If it is 100,000 this year, next year, aspire to put it at 300, right? Before you know it, 1 million, 10 million, 20 million. So have that aspiration. Because when you have excess as a business, it means you can do more, right? You can open a branch, right? You can innovate. You can hire more people. You can hire more creative people. If you are struggling with social media, you can get a Gen Z, and before you know it, start making sales. So that extra money can allow you to be innovative. So have you understood RELAX? Yes, so RELAX is revenues, equity stroke capital, assets, liabilities, and expenses. So when you relax, it means you've understood what finance is all about, and it's very, very important. So just to summarize it, we have 3 sources of fund in a business. So the first one is revenue. There's capital, which is from you as the owner or shareholders, and there's liabilities, which you can get from the banks. So always know that anyone who funds your business, including yourself, it is an obligation for your business. If you give you 100K, you better generate 200K and give us back our money with some profit, right? If we give you our money as bank or even Mshwari, you better pay us back, because it means if you pay us back, we are likely to give you more money in future and you'll be able to finance your business. Then the other thing is uses of funds. When you get the money, you can either use it to purchase assets or for expenses. And don't see expenses as wastage. See them as investments, because the stuff that you have, they're helping you to generate value. So you are creating like copies of yourself so that you can now serve more customers. So see expenses that way. But again, in the long run, to make profit, revenues need to exceed expenses. And it starts with a plan and thinking about the business. Otherwise, the business might not be profitable. So just quickly, so when you look at the financial statement that you talk about, they come from those 5 items that you talked about. Like the balance sheet is assets and how they are funded. So you must be interested in the balance sheet as a business owner. Do you know all the assets that you have and how much they cost? When I was in the bank, there's a time we could look at all the fixed assets that you have. And we start realizing there are some that you have in our mind, but you don't know where they are. So it's very, very important as an entrepreneur. Please be interested. If you're not interested and I'm your accountant, I'll be having fun, you know. I'll just be bringing you things you sign and you don't know what you are signing. So if you don't understand finance, you're likely to do what we call bank balance accounting, whereby if you have a lot of money in the bank, you're very happy. If the balance is low, that day you're very moody, you know. If any staff comes, they'll regret why they came to you. Please know where your money is. And you know where your numbers are. Like in the business that you run, I know that if I don't get paid before 1st of December, I'll start hearing funny stories from accountants. They'll say, send the statement of accounts. This so-and-so is on holiday. So please learn the seasons and think ahead. So you need to be aggressively pursuing the collections as well. So learn the patterns of the business. And of course, the income statement is about the revenues and expenses. And in the long run, the business only grows if you are profitable and you are setting aside part of your profits. And of course, cash flow is up to you by day. The county government is not the problem. You are the one who made the decision to sell things on credit. So what we are saying, if you are selling anything on credit to anyone, please know that you are like a bank. Do what we call loan appraisal. If you know they normally don't pay and you still sell, who is to blame? Correct. Yeah. So you need to think about that. Great. So today I said we need to look at a plan. So a plan is where you say you're working with the business. So you sit and you think through the business and see the things that you want to achieve. So once you have a plan, the next thing that you need to look at is consistency. Just like you normally have consistency of service, also have consistency with your finances and planning. And some people have proposed a model known as profit-first approach, where I can say that for any time I get revenues, if it is 100K, I will set aside at least 5% going to my profits account. If you get used to that from day one, You can start running a profitable business from day one. But some people normally don't look at that. They'll just see what remains in the bank account at the end of the year. So it's important for you to create a system. And with this system, first define the strategy that you want to use and create a roadmap. So we talk about next year. Let's say you want to make revenues of 10 million, 20 million, 5 million, or 1 million. How do you want to achieve them, right? You might have a product that goes at 5,000. So then you'll know how many people you need to reach to. And the people that you are reaching to, if it is in social media, you need to know that probably if I do a webinar of 100,000 people, I'm likely to get 5 people or 10 people. So you need to start knowing that for you to close leads, maybe you need to reach out to 50 people and you'll convert one. So that is known as creating a reliable demand pipeline. When you have a reliable demand pipeline, you have a very good business. And you need to know, what do I need to do to consistently be attracting this number of customers per month? Are they 20, are they 50, you know? Then you multiply with the price of the item that you're selling, then you see how it goes. Then the next thing is we look at create. So you need to create a system whereby when the money comes, you know where it is going. Whenever you receive 100,000, you should not just let it sit there. You should know that this 100,000, maybe 16% is for VAT, you know. 10% is my profit. Have that in mind. And when you do the separation of accounts, then it makes sense that this account is for this and that. Don't just put everything together. You might think you have a lot of money, but probably a big percentage belongs to KRA. So please have a system. Then now, over time now, start multiplying that money. And the good thing is that Safaricom now has some investment products coming up. So investment, as entrepreneurs, please also invest. Invest outside your business. So create like a money market account, have a circle account. Because during the tough times, that's the money that will come through for you. You get it? So in the long run, start investing and create a system where you can be generating cash flows, you know. Cash flow that can now then feed into your system. So the money system, it beats tactics and strategies. So it's very, very important from day one that you start learning. Because in the long run, it is money that matters. When you go to any hospital, you pay money. Whether you are a pilot, it is all money. It is money that connects everything. So we cannot take it for granted. So it's very important to make that connection by creating a system. So to recap this, we talked about relax. So when it comes to money, let everyone, even the most junior person, should understand relax. Otherwise, people will come and say, you know, I want this phone that is 50K, 20K, anything goes. But if they understand that I have no problem giving you a Prado as the head of the department, as long as you can go to Muthaiga Golf Club or a golf club in Kisumu and bring me deals worth hundreds of millions, I have no problem. But I'm not going to give you for that show off. So everyone should understand what the business is all about. So in the long run, try to create multiple revenue streams. So you could have your sales, and even within sales, you can have multiple products. And please, from a monetization point of view, create good revenue models. That means that for some, at least get paid upfront, because there are some SMEs that have done a lot of work, but there's no money in the bank account. So it's upon you to create those revenue models. Then over time, the extra money that you have, you can also invest it, and you start having other revenue models such as dividends and interest income. So it's very, very important. And for some people, if your business is mature, I had a client who was, they've been in the business for 28 years old, but they never set aside any money for retirement. And they really had a struggle. But the business was worth a lot of money. So I was able to convince them to sell just 10% of the business. They got 30 million, which now they put in the retirement fund. They're 68 years old. There's no time for planning for retirement. You just need to have the money. So sometimes you need to make such decisions for growth, because you can also bring other investors. So that's something you can do on equity side. And it is a struggle that we have on this part of the world. There are people who would rather die with the business, go home with nothing, than sell even 15% stake. We've seen businesses such as Naivas, by selling a stake, actually it stabilized the business, and now they're doing well, right? And maybe there are peers who didn't do that, and unfortunately they didn't make it. So those are decisions that you'll need to make probably in future. The other thing is liabilities. So please, liabilities are obligations. So if you owe me money, just figure out how to pay me that money. If you owe a bank money, it is an obligation. Do you know that when things go wrong, banks have got priority on your assets? We can come for your car or your house. So you need to know that, yeah. The other thing we talked about is assets. So assets are the only valuable things in the business. And you need to know how to sweat your asset. Even the staff that you hire, it is up to you to have the right skills to be able to get the value from your staff. And sorry to say this, but if you know Kenyans very well, a Kenyan can be 5 people in one. If you don't know the right buttons to touch, you will not get value from them. Atakuwa nakuja to 8 to 5, anaenda. But if you are good at managing them well, inspiring them, you might be surprised the same person can give you great results. So please know that any investment that you make in the business is up to you to ensure you get the maximum value, including your Safaricom fiber. I've told you how Twitter converts for us, even WhatsApp. You know, we all have access to the same internet, and you are paying the same, probably 5,000 or 10,000, depending on your package. So it's very, very important to know how to set the asset. Then the expenses should be investments. So whenever you're spending money, whether it is 100K, you should know how it is going to help you to get more money. So that's very, very important. And that's it from me. I'll now take questions. Any questions or reactions? So I hope you've understood Relax. So today was just to help you get the connection with why finance is important and why you need to be keen on the numbers in your business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Makofi kwa Robert tafadhali. As we had mentioned previously, please post your questions on the Mentimeter. Go to www.menti.com. Right there on the screen, we also have the code, the 39204784. That is 39204784, or scan the QR code right there on the screen. We are going to have a Q&A session right after our next speaker comes on stage. So please pose your question. I'll be asking in room. Robert, please don't leave me. Don't leave me, kaa kidogo tu, because there's a certain aspect that you mentioned on financial discipline, which really has gotten me, because you talked about being organized and being on time is one of the critical pillars also of financial discipline. Robert, there is a customer who came for this event. The event was starting at 9 a.m. She checked in at 7:55 a.m. Mildred Nabalayo from Uniworld Creation. Are you still in the room? Mildred, please stand up if you can, tafadhali, wacha tukuone, because you came in at 7:59. Makofi kwake tafadhali. And as you come, if you can make a bold step, kuja tu hapa, because I want to award you, Mildred. Hatuwezi acha uende tu hivyo vile ulikuja. You came very, very early. I want to award you with a 5,000 bob worth of airtime, as well as a gift hamper. Alafu, sijamaliza. Leo ni kusambaza furaha. Kaa hapo kiasi. I want to also give you an opportunity for Uniworld Creations to advertise either on the radio, either on our digital spaces, or out of home. That is the billboards. How about that, guys? Karibu sana. So, please award Mildred for her timely fashion. Financial discipline starts with being on time. Asante sana. We actually have even the merchandise. So, Robert, endelea kumpea. It's all about Sambaza Furaha, saying asante to the 24 years we have been with you and you have been with us. Asante, asante sana. You can take your seat. Asante, Mildred. And another round of applause to Robert. Before we go to our next speaker, I want to acknowledge and also invite her on stage, our regional business lead, Gunilla Ouko. Namuona ako nyumbani. Gunilla, if you can just come and say hi to this great region. Makofi kwake tafadhali. Salimiana, yes.
I'm trying to figure out which one is better. This or this?
Chaguoni lako.
Good morning. Are you well? I'm really happy to see all of you and the fact that you have come in good numbers. means that you really value your business and you really want to improve your business. And that's where it starts. The desire to improve, the desire to make better. So my name is called Gunilla Ouko. I am super governor. Say super governor. Do you know why I'm super governor? Anybody wants to guess?
Are you giving a gift?
There's an award.
Yes, thank you.
Why am I super governor? No, not from Safaricom, a customer. Why do you think I'm super governor?
Award up for grabs. Award up for grabs. Who wants to take a guess?
No. There's no relationship between that and my height.
Aya, wacha nipeane mic hapa kidogo.
I think you are the head of these counties.
How many of them?
I can guess 47.
Oh, wow, 47. No, not yet there. But yes,
nimeona mkono huku nyuma.
You're partly right.
You are
Somebody
head
wants
of
to speak there.
10 counties. 10 counties.
10 counties.
14.
Sasa umeharibu. Umefanya vizuri tena ukaribu. 10. 10. Okay, we'll end it there. We'll give him some airtime.
I give him some airtime? Okay.
Yes.
Was that?
He has copied you. Okay, so like I mentioned, my name is Gunilla Ouko. I look after the Greater Western region. Greater Western is 10 counties, so I am Pitandegwa of this region. So I'm the boss here. I call the shots, including drinks, upper. Yeah. Later. Yes. Anyway, so I look after what we call the Greater Western region, and I always say it's the only region in Safaricom that has the word greater at the front. So I am hoping that your businesses are also greater. Yeah? I'm hoping that the knowledge that you're going to get here today is about improving your business. So I was just telling Lucy while I was seated next to her that next time we do this, I really want to talk to you about sales and marketing. And I'm really happy that you put sales on revenue. Yeah, because sales is a revenue driver. That's my passion. Driving business, showing you how to maximize on impact with very little spend. That's my passion. How do we grow your business? And previously I'm a banker, so I used to work for ABSA, so I actually understand the SME very well. And then I came into telco a year ago. So for me, I would just like to say that please listen and learn. Listen, take notes. I'm really happy that she came early. Girl child came early. Yeah, came early. I've seen people grow their businesses. I've seen some people destroy their businesses. I've also seen people use loans very well and drive their businesses. So from a sales and marketing perspective, how do you sell your business? How do you use that money, that little money, so to speak, that you're starting the business with, to make more money for yourself or make more money for the business? That's what I'm passionate about, and that's what I'm actually good at. How do we sell? How do you sell online? Another way to sell, one of the things that I've seen SMEs do is that, you know, your staff is your first salesperson. Your staff is your ambassador. How you treat them, how you inspire them, that's the first thing you do. That person will win many customers for you, like he said. So how are you inspiring your staff? How are you treating your staff? Do they even have bathrooms? Simple things like a bathroom means much. Yeah? So what are your staff incentives? Because that's the first person who will sell your business for you. Secondly, today we have online. What can you do with online that can help you generate more sales for yourself? Yeah? What is your sales plan? What is your marketing plan? It doesn't have to be costly. I discovered that marketing does not have to be costly. What is that one promise that you can give to the customer that you can consistently deliver? Then you become known for it. What is your business known for? Your business is a brand. I'm standing here. You're making perceptions of me, whether I like it or not. Somebody talked about me being tall. I'm actually very proud of it because I can see all of you. Yeah. And God made me tall so that I can speak to nations. And I'm speaking to nations now. Yeah. What is that one promise that your business delivers consistently to customers. That's your reputation, which you have to really protect. So, I don't know where she has gone to. Oh, she's there. So yours is fashion and design. It's what?
Can get a mic? Yes, that's Mildred.
Let me speak to Mildred since she's already a star. Yeah.
7:55 a.m.
7:55 a.m.
Hi. I'm Mildred, working with Uniworld. Uniworld is a company dealing with events. We do event coverage, and mostly also we do catering, outside catering. So if you have an event, we can cover it for you, including catering and decoration and other things.
Let me use that. So imagine what is a sales opportunity that she has. Okay, she's just done one of them. She's talked about herself. But imagine she's doing an event. What are some simple, non-costly things she can do to increase her sales? She can use the tables. How she decorates the tables. She can put items there on the tables that represent her organization that customers can pick and call back. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. There's so many opportunities that are very cost-effective but very high impact. Her staff that come for the event, have you briefed them well? When you come for that event, what is your goal for that event for the day? Have you briefed them well? What do we want to achieve from this event today? How does this event go back to the goals of the organization? The excellence at that event, does it mirror back to the brand promise of the organization? For example, if my brand promise is excellence, but the way I lay out the event does not show excellence, it means there's a contradiction between my brand promise and my execution, isn't it? And those are some of the things we don't look at as SMEs. They're very important. So next time, I'll actually come and let's talk. Let's talk about what is it I can do, cost effective, to drive my business from a sales perspective, from a brand equity perspective, so that I start building this brand. What is it I can consistently do that I can own, that my competitors cannot own, and I continue to sustainably drive my business? Do you want to listen to me? Yes. Next time? Yes. Okay. Now, I will do that next time. Now I have to run to South Nyanza. I just needed to greet you, to introduce myself, so that next time, even if we call, even if I am the one who just calls a forum for ourselves, you can actually attend and we do it. And we can actually decide to do themes. Maybe every quarter, this quarter we do sales and marketing. Another quarter we do investment. Another quarter we do record keeping. Another quarter we do, how do I manage my loans? You get it? How do I manage my loans in such a way that my loans are not bad? I remember when I used to work for ABSA, we gave out a loan, and I saw the customer with white leather seats. Just after we had disbursed the loan, I was heartbroken because now I knew that loan has not gone to the business. The reason for which you took the loan. I saw this guy with white leather seats, and for sure we had an issue with that loan. So also that is very important. Loans are not bad. What do you do with that loan is what matters. They are actually meant to generate for you. You use another person's money to build your own. Sindio? Yes. So I look forward to engaging with you. We will try and organize with my brother Okata there for some regional ones. And the next time, for sure, I'll show you how to do sales and marketing. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Gunilla. Another round of applause for Gunilla, the regional business lead, super governor. That is a challenge accepted. We are definitely going to host you for a sales and marketing series, all here at Grow with Safaricom Business, a platform designed for you to empower you and elevate your biashara. Now, you talked about loans, Gunilla. Our next speaker is our lead, head of credit, and she knows so much more on how you can get financial opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me and please welcome Lucy Kiai on stage, and she'll be letting us know how we can explore financing opportunities with M-Pesa as you grow your biashara na M-Pesa. Karibu sana on stage, Lucy.
Hi everyone. Wait, I was taught it's not Ithinade, and there's Mosu. Have I pronounced it right? I tried, right? It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. It's still morning. And are we enjoying the session so far? Yeah? It's empowering us, right? We are not just telling you about Safaricom, but Robert has challenged us on how we are actually looking at our businesses. Especially because how many of you know legacy businesses that have been there at least 10 years among your social circle? How many people? You see, there are no hands in the room. Are we going to be the ones who are going to make a difference and build businesses that will live for our children and for our children's children? You know, the people you admire and you go like, wow, how did they end up building such a big business? That's the whole aim of this business growth session. So, as Victoria introduced, my name is Lucy Kiai. I take care of the lending business for Safaricom. What is this lending business, you may ask? Basically, what we do is we avail funds to help you grow. I know my banking friends, where I was before this, were not happy last week in Nyanyuki when I said this. But I will say it again, we are not going to ask you for collateral, we're not going to ask you for the land that your grandparents left you, or ask you to give us the logbook for your car, because we are really here to enable you, right? So you may ask, what is really M-Pesa business about, and how do you grow with M-Pesa business? So I'll come back to this. I always like to skip it and come to it last. I'll start by a very simple question. How many of us walked at the booths at the back? Did anybody interact with Septon at the back? Have you had time? Or not yet? Okay. How many of us have teals? 1. Oh, wow. 2. Okay. Okay, a few. Just a handful of us have teals. So I will pick, I think there was a gentleman here who put up his hand. Vic, can I get the mic? There's a gentleman here who put up his hand. The gentleman who put up his hand with the teal. Why do you have a teal? Next to Felix, yes.
Pardon?
Why do you have the teal? Kwa nini uko nayo?
To help me generate some income.
But why do you like the teal?
It's an income generating.
Okay, so collecting the funds for your business.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to add? Yeah, the gentleman here. Oh, there's someone else at the back as well. Yeah.
The main reason to have till is that to separate your personal money and business money.
Okay, how do you do that?
When you have a till, you mostly clients will pay through their till, and the generation will own the money you generate there will be only for business purposes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of business do you run? Indulge me. What kind of business do you run? Please, you know me, I usually say, ukipata mic, first of all, stand. Nani anajua kitu inaitwa shameless plug? Gen Zs are really good at it. Shameless plug. You get the mic. This is how you start. Hi, my name is this. I run this business. Uza. And then now answer the question. Do we agree? So ukipata mic, jiuze, and then now you tell us. So let's start again. Your name, biashara gani, and then tell us about your till.
Okay. Sorry. I'm Mark Steven. Yeah. I only have a business. It's just a single business. Money deals with the boutique, and I do use steel.
Okay, so boutique unauza nini, Steve? Ona vile
warembo
ni wengi.
Boutique I have clothes. Yeah, we have mtumba and ready-made.
Yeah, so ladies, mmeona plug after this mnaweza mwambia uko na Instagram?
Yes.
Wapatie Instagram handle.
@Joyman.
@Joyman.
@Joyman. Yeah.
Yeah. Vic, that's free advertising for the gentleman, yeah? So that the ladies in the room can know. So umesema uko na till, si ndio?
Yes.
So that till allows you pesa inalipwa directly, and then what do you do with the money after it comes to the till?
Yeah, from the till, it gives me easy time. I can transact it because I have a buy good. I can transfer it direct to my bank account, or I can use that money also to pay to another till to purchase other goods. And the other thing, I can use that money also to pay for some of the people who are helping me to work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't you do a good job?
Yeah, and the other thing with that that till, it can enable you to get loan also in it.
Oh, by the way, for the record, I've just met the gentleman for the first time. Okay, so I didn't choose him. This is interesting. Uko na loan gani?
So this one, so Boresha Biashara iko kwa lipa na M-Pesa till.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Safaricom can give you such a loan.
Hey, Vicky, imagine there's no way he's Sambaza us like that. We are not Sambazaing him. How much are we giving him?
Tumpe nini? 2,000?
No.
5,000.
5,000.
Airtime ama cash?
Hapana, mimi nampatia pesa.
Hey, sawa.
Si tulisema mtu
Ushasema.
See, he has a till.
Yes.
See, we can put money for him in the till. So why are we giving him airtime? So 5,000 to your till. Victoria will arrange.
Nice, very nice. I'll take your details right after this.
Yeah, I didn't expect that he has the Boresha loan. I'm like, wow, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so who has a pochi? And now I know hands will go up. Who has a pochi? Nani ako na pochi? Hakuna mtu ako na pochi? Oh, only one. Ah. Okay. So you have pochi. Oh, you have a comment. Please, could we give him?
Good morning to you all. My name is Okwiri, or Ward Baba. I come from Migori County. I'm happy to be here. It's the first time I've been to a Safaricom event. This is great. But there are always two sides to a story. I like speaking the truth, or my opinion. Now, I don't know how many tills there are in this country, but let's put hypothetical figure. Let's put it at 1 million. And all these guys who are doing business must be having at least, let's say, 20,000 shillings. So at any point of time, Safaricom is holding at least 20 billion shillings. That isn't small. That isn't pocket change. Now, Safaricom, as you rightly put it there, is a bank. It's not just a telecommunication or a mobile company. In my opinion, you're a bank. What I feel, to help guys out here, most people don't even transfer that money into the bank. They leave it with you guys. If you could have a scheme, this is my suggestion, whereby you give us interest on that money that you're holding. You get my point? You need to give us interest because you're holding at least 20 billion or more of our money. Now, I'm talking a fact here. I am actually an economist by profession. So, and have a product around that. If, for instance, I ran a hotel called Migori County Lodge for Migori. Now, if, for instance, I'm holding 100,000 shillings in there, can you have a scheme whereby put the money in TBs? Put the money in TBs. TBs are giving us 15%. And spill a bit, even if it's 5% of that, to these businesses. Then you are going to be assisting us even more. I'm not saying you're not, but you can even more. My second point, because I know you're training us, but we have our issues. The reason I came all the way 200 kilometers from here, I woke up at 5 to be here. And there are reasons for that. My second problem that I have here, because I'm here to just say my problems, then leave back to Migori. I'm not here for the lunch. I'm here to give my problems. You talked about free 5G plan. When Starlink came about, you guys were quick, very quick, to match the competition. You guys woke up. That's great. Good job. But the issue's there. When I moved, I was in your 6,000 shillings a month That's, I think, 5 Mbps or something. I'm not an IT man. Now, on that same rate, you came up with a 30 Mbps for the same. So I jumped into it. I transferred. You had issues in transferring. But what annoyed me, and let me say it here, there was a problem that came up. In Migori, you're not actually having, you're not on 5G. So you're advertising a product that you don't have. So what happens, when I did my checking, I noticed that the Mbps in Migori is only running about 10 to 12 Mbps, Mbps, whatever it is. So you're actually advertising something you're not achieving. So for people like me who are in the rural areas, who are a bit in the boonies out there, we need a product which you can actually deliver. So you need to look into that. I'm giving you the issues that we have in Migori, right? So we need speeds, which are actually what you're saying there. Because you're saying 5G. Please offer that in Migori. Please offer that. And I'd love to meet anybody who can do it. I'm here, and that's why I came. The next issue, number 3, I'm here, is that I operate with you guys from different ways. We have mobile. This is my manager, Mr. Polo. We have mobiles that we are paying, your mobile. We pay a mobile account, my normal, whatever, my phone. Second thing, we are on data. You get my point? That's also a business, a revenue stream for you. But in each of these products, we're treated differently. Why can't you integrate them? And our bonga points are earned from all these things that we're using. If we're using phone, let's say Migori Country Lodge is using a phone, which I have, that should earn bonga points. If I'm using your internet, that should add bonga points. So can you treat the customer from one level, not from different integrated? Thirdly, and lastly, perhaps I've talked too much. Aside from this, I usually play the violin. I'm a musician, right? And I'm in school normally from the US every night. Now, if you really want, you're helping us, yes, but if you want to help us even more, I would love if you could give our schools in Kenya free internet, almost next to nothing. Imagine what impact you would have for a child in places like Nyatike, and give them some, so that our children, as a CSR, could be linked with classes wherever in the world. So if you could do that, we'd be grateful. I'm not saying that you're not doing much, but that's a thing you could also do. With those 5 points, I think I'm actually done. But as I leave, the issue of 5G in Migori, I'm very passionate about. I've fought with Willie here several times. I don't know, Willie's actually from Migori and he works here in Kisumu about that issue. Please, can we be 5G in Migori County? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are we going to take the questions now or during the panel? Please guide.
Yes, now we'll take the questions during the panel.
Okay.
Right? So we'll take as well the name as well as the business, then we can address those questions. Yeah.
Okay. Although on the savings and money markets, I will definitely address it in a few minutes. So the reason I ask is I need to bring some of my colleagues from some of the other businesses to help me. But what you asked on M-Pesa, I can directly answer. So great, excellent. You have a till, you're putting money in the till, how can that benefit you? So M-Pesa, which is our financial services, thank you for the good wishes. We're not yet a bank. I want to clarify that very well. We're not yet a bank. We are a financial services, leveraging on our payment rails to be able to offer you different solutions. So let's start with savings, for example. Our key thing is to grow your business with M-Pesa. So if you have money in your till and you're a sole prop and you're looking to grow your money, wangapi mnajua mshwari? Si mnajua mshwari? Si mko na savings kwa mshwari? Sina an interest. Wangapi mko na KCB M-Pesa? Si mko na savings kwa KCB M-Pesa? Ina an interest. So those are your first 2 savings wallet. You can move money from your actual till or pochi and put them into those 2 when you're not using it and be able to earn interest. And then you've asked about, but some of us want to be a little bit more aggressive. We want higher returns. So we want to go into money markets, for example, like you've said. We've actually just on the verge of a new product. If you look into you may have seen about it with the approval by the regulatory authority. If you look into your app, you should be able to see a product for money markets. Wangapi wanaijua? Wako ndani? Nimeona mikono. Kuna watu wako ndani. So we have a money market fund. Maybe it's not as pronounced as you will, and you'll be seeing later in the year us doing above the line launch, but we do actually have a money market fund. What does that mean? Let me bring it now to what Robert was saying earlier. It means you're able to invest in the T-bills, like the gentleman has said. You're able to invest in other money market options. These are the 3 channels where you can be able to actually take your money, instead of kuiweka pale, it's not earning you anything. You put it in those wallets and be able to earn. I think our takeaway from this is then to make it more pronounced for people to be aware that there are actually these options for you and that you can put your money. Now, I also run Mshwari and KCB Mpesa. So those of you who put money there, simnajua limit yenu inaenda increase. So also you benefit in 2 ways. If you are having money in your KCB Mpesa and your Mshwari, limit inaenda pia ikipanda based on the savings you are, because we are able not only to see the turnover for your business, but we are also able to see the savings that you have in your business. Tuliambiwa aje, we relax. Si Robert ametuambia tu relax. But hiyo relax unakumbuka ilikuwa na investments. Unakumbuka hiyo relax ilikuwa na savings. That we must continuously do. So thank you for that feedback. I think that's very important feedback, even as we go through the products. I know today I was going to focus a lot more on the business credit solutions, but you have an opportunity to save. You have an opportunity to borrow as you go along. So having said that, tumeongea na Till, nikaona Pochi, we are very few. I'm looking at my colleague out there and I'm saying, Mama, wetu wa Pochi Nora, watu wako wa Pochi hapa ni kidogo. We've actually done sessions here. So what is Pochi? I know Robert mentioned it. Pochi is your wallet. Wale wanasema nafanya biashara ndogo na pengine hauna till. Pochi inamaanisha you still have your number. Kenda kwa simu yako, you still maintain your number, but you separate it into 2. Unabaki, unatumiwa hiyo pesa, una decide kama itaenda kwa wallet yako as an individual ama itaenda kwa wallet yako ya biashara. What is the rule Robert ametupatia? We must separate. Mnakumbuka hiyo rule ya kuseparate? So that unajua, si alisema hata Prado tutapata ya kwenda Muthaiga kutafuta biashara. So long as inaoneshana ina correlate na cash flows, right? So it must correlate with the cash flows. So what I want to spend a little bit time is then telling you this morning, how can you make your M-Pesa wallets work for you to give you the capital injection you need for your business? So we have 2 types of facilities. Wengine wetu na hiyo ndio ametueleza akona hii overdraft facility. But si tumesema leo we are becoming smart. Did we agree? Now, what is an overdraft? An overdraft, even in a bank, it means unachukua hiyo pesa, but pesa ikiingia kwa account tunatoa immediately, tunalipa. Are we clear on the purpose of an overdraft? Hata wale wako na Fuliza, Fuliza pia ni yangu. Ngapi tuko na Fuliza? Msione aibu, Fuliza ni kitu mzuri sana. I actually like it. So ukienda kwa supermarket hakuna mtu anajua unalipa shopping na Fuliza. Does it not give you dignity? But then let me tell you why I love Fuliza. Because hakuna queue itasimama kwa supermarket, kila mtu anakuangalia, ala, mbona unaanza kurudisha vitu. Those who are older, 80s and early 90 babies, you remember, you start returning the things because you don't, that doesn't happen. So you just Fuliza and you pay and nobody knows is in your business. Is it not true? Now there's a Fuliza for biashara. Those of you who have a till, you have access to this Fuliza for biashara, so long as that till has been active for 6 months. And I want to talk to the till. I want to bring a controversial, I actually thought the gentleman would ask about it. I want to bring a controversial question, which I know we are shy to ask. But some of us, we've hidden our tills because tumeambiwa kuna watu wanakuja kuangalia maneno ya tax na Safaricom wanapeana details zetu. So I want to categorically tell you it is not true. And I will explain. Because when you understand your rights and awareness, you're able to trust the channels that we've given you See any channel, the till is a channel for you. There's something called the Data Protection Act. How many of you have heard about the Data Protection Act? A few of us. What does it say? You must consent for your data to be shared. So unless there is an actual order from a regulatory authority to give you a till, we do not share your data with the regulators. And I want to give you that assurance today. Now, what most of us have done, we put our tills down, tukaingia pay bill. Am I right? We took the pay bills. Then what has happened? You're wondering why your fuliza, your boost ya biashara till limit is not increasing. But we can't see your transactions. The pay bill is a fantastic channel that is supposed to allow you to move funds directly to the bank. But it doesn't give you the benefit of the till, which is we see your cash flows, then we are able to increase your limit. Imagine you're missing an overdraft facility of up to 400,000. That electricity bill that comes up. How many here in transport? Anyone in transport? Who has a hotel? The gentleman. Anyone else with a hotel? Wow, I'm going to ask about the businesses. What are people doing? The lady in red smiling. What are you doing? Behind you.
Thank you. My name is Cynthia Diego. I'm in the hotel industry. I work for Golf Hotel Kakamega in the sales department. We have the rooms, the banqueting, and swimming pool. Come and have fun. Graduation parties, please bring them to Golf Hotel. It's graduation season.
Wow, did you guys hear that? Can we give her a clap? So, when your electricity goes off and you forgot to pay the bill, your accountant, see, Robert told us accountants can be very good people but also dangerous. Yeah? When your water bill imefika and then the sales that month, you don't have enough money to your till. At your till, this is the facility. You know when you have those impromptu, when bail imeingia, you know that hot bail, umembo imeingia and then you're less 40,000. That is what this overdraft facility is supposed to do for you. The reason a lot of us are struggling with this overdraft facility is because we are using it like for every day, like a loan, like a normal loan. Please use this for emergency needs. Are we clear on the overdraft? We will use it better to help our businesses. So this is not for paying your salaries, unless you know that there's money coming tomorrow. This is for emergency business needs, because if you take any money that comes to your till, we sweep, because that is how an overdraft is supposed to work. Are we clear? Okay. But then we said, given that, we are going to give you term loans, which is the normal loans you go to the bank. Now, the beauty with term loan is two. If you have a till, and if you have a Pochi wallet, you're eligible. So this one does not stop you based on the wallet you have. So if you have a Pochi, if you have a till, you can be able to access this facility. So far, we have a 7-day facility, we have a 14-day facility, and we have a 21-day facility. And you can see on the screen how to be able to access. And there's a gentleman at the back, two gentlemen at the back. The very first booth on this side, Septon, he's waving at you. He has all the details. He can help you check. I know you can see it's *234 for the till, and it will be *334 for the Pochi wallet. What does this enable you to do? If you know that you're in a business that has a 7-day cycle, you take the 7-day facility. But we've also given you a rollover period. So when the 7 days are over, you have an extra period so that it's not punitive for you. If you're a 14-day cycle of business, kama uko pale kwa soko, or if you're boda and you reconcile after 7 days, or if you're a 21-day cycle, we are working to bring you the 30-day cycle. But can you see we have options? Si kuna options mzuri? So please don't allow your till to just be something. Use that till. So instead of taking that statement unapelekea wengine alafu unaongeza title, unaongeza logbook. See, this is easier, because it is within your facility. So these are available. You just opt into the facility, review the terms, accept them just from your phone, and you can be able to access the same. So this is the Pochi one. You can be able to access the loan there. So I want to talk about M-Pesa app. Some of us have the business app. Wangapi tuko na business app? Ama tuko tu na M-Pesa? Business app? I can see some hands at the back. If you don't have a business app, unajifanya disservice. And I'll tell you why. There's some tools which are free. See, Robert has taught us a few things today. How to plan your expenses, you'll find a tool there. How to plan your expenses, we have something called a bill manager. We've availed it to you to be able to use it. We've also availed to you standing orders. Mnasikia inaitwa M-Pesa Ratiba. What does Ratiba do for you? Ratiba allows you to schedule payments zenye zinakuanga standard. Maybe you know you pay a certain person X amount every month. You put it. Sisa zingine unasahau, zingine ziko na fine. Hata hii loan ukichukua, badala ya kusahau siku ya kulipa, you activate the Ratiba. So it can just pay for you the loan on the due date. So these standing orders are available. They help you manage your business. They help you with the bill manager to be able to plan your expenses very well. There are a lot of fantastic tools on the business app. Please download it. Please keep your PIN to yourself and use this. What will you also see? You'll see offers. So for instance, if there's an offer for home fiber or there's an offer for any of the other products we have at Safaricom, you'll see them on the business app. So these tools are important. Please, after this, the team is at the back. Internet, home fiber, they're all standing at the back, ready to serve you and ready to explain. Do not leave this room without passing through that section. Tumekubaliana? I then want to show you something. Silisema nitamaliza nai. Kibera, may I have sound?
Mimi ni mfanyabiashara wa samaki Kenyatta Market. Kwa hii biashara nimeifanya kwa muda kama 20 years sasa. Kama hii samaki inatoka nyumbani huko pande za Mihuru Bay. Vile sasa kama sasa hii ni mzigo iliingia leo asubuhi. Hii samaki inakwanga unatuma pesa, unatumia mzigo. Kama kitambo nilikuwa napata kazi ngumu kabisa kufanya biashara. Kuna nyakati nilipata oda kubwa ya kusupply samaki. Nikaenda kwa bank nikapanga line. Wakaniambia ati sina pesa kwa account ya kutosha. Wakaninyima hiyo loan. Sasa ilibidi oda iende hivyo. Lakini kwa sasa nilikuwa naangalia tu TV nikasikia mshwari unaweza omba loan. Nikasema wacha nifungue haraka haraka nianze kusave. The next time nikikuwa na shida kama hii nilipata nikuwe naomba loan kwa mshwari. Sasa vile nilisave sasa na Mungu tena ni mzuri nikapata tena oda nyingine. Nikachukua loan kwa mshwari. Nikatumiwa mzigo, nikapata profit, kalipa tena mshwari. Hata vile unaona hii kazi yangu vile niko busy hapa huwezi toka. Ukitoka tu hapa kidogo hivi customers wameenda. Sasa mshwari imetupatia advantage kubwa sana. Unaomba loan hapo, unapata pesa hapo hapo. Hata vile huwa nafanya kwa mshwari, nikipata pesa kidogo faida naweka hapo. Ndio loan yangu izidi kukua kubwa. This next time nikiomba loan, iko tena kubwa zaidi juu. Hivyo ndio tunafanya biashara. Kitambo nilikuwa nafunga mapema kwa sababu sikuwa na pesa ya kutosha ya kuongeza stock. Lakini sasa hii nafungua saa 4 mpaka saa 3. Stock iko mingi. Tuko na variety. Bado kama kitambo mamangu vile alikuwa anauza, hakuwa anapika ugali, kupika nini. Wazungu wanasema lazima uupgrade. Sasa unajua kitu tunatusaidia ni vile tuko na pesa, unaomba loan. Na vile tunatuko hapa wengi, niko na mama wa 6. Kila mama hapa wako na watoto. Na nikipiga hesabu si wote. Watoto tuko nao kama watu 22 hivi 20. Na wote wanaenda shule kwa sababu hii kazi. Ndio maana sisi penda nikose stock. Ndio nikose stock hakuna vile wataenda shule. Lazima watu wasome.
Tumesema watoto lazima wafanye nini? Wasome. Si ndio? See, we're building these businesses to leave them for our kids. I want to mention a few other items before I sit. Also on your M-Pesa app, we have insurance. I know a lot of us want to understand insurance because we've seen what's happening with the floods. Have we not seen? You come, you wake up, we see fires. You've built your nice business, the next day you come. Some of us have 2, 3, 4 employees. We need insurance for those particular employees as per the law. We also have insurance products on the app. So I know a lot of us prefer USSD sometimes, but there are benefits that you find on the app that you'll not be able to see if you just stick to the star journey, right? So I'm encouraging you to look, very competitive rates. Please have a look at the insurance and insure your business. Imagine after you've made all this money, you've borrowed, you've paid off your loans, you know now when you've settled, and then, see, we know how life is, right? So secure. And how many of us have phones? I left mine down there. So we all have a phone. These days, you walk around, the phone sometimes dies. First, I want to encourage you, if you're here and you have a Katululu, there's a product we have under credit called Lipa Mdogo Mdogo. Please use it. It comes with embedded insurance. What does that mean? If the device spoils, we had your feedback, you will get sorted by the insurance. If God forbid you pass on, that loan gets paid by the credit life in that device. So please use it to upgrade. Maybe uko na katululu kwa biashara, it's not helping you. You're thinking, hey, si tulembo, you check cash flows versus, what is the first R? Revenue. Si tulembo, money is not revenue. See, we know how we do revenue, yeah? So if the revenue is allowing you and you need to upgrade, maybe you also want to promote your employees, please walk to any of our shops and get the Lipa Mdogo Mdogo. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to upgrade your phones and with very quality devices that are made in this country. That's our commitment in growing the business in this region. Then lastly, I want to challenge, I see some Gen Zs in the house. If you're a startup, we have a fantastic program called the Spark Accelerator. Details are available on the website. It's an incubation. I'm looking directly at the Gen Z in front of me. Yeah, he knows. Please, and you have kids. You have kids who are IT people. Yeah, someone has challenged us, what can we do? Please look at these innovation hubs. Even if you're not a Gen Z or millennial, but you're running a business that's probably tech or that could benefit from some of these ideas, please work with us. And if you're here and you're a dealer, I'm happy to have a conversation and see how you are. Do we have any dealers in the room? Or it's just small? We have dealers in the room. Fantastic. I hope you're on Bloom, the financing option we've given to the dealers to help you with your float over the weekend. If you're not, you're on Bloom. Awesome. So guys, why am I telling you these things? Because there's a lot we offer, which is why you need to pass through the booth. If you don't find out or ask, you won't know. Unaweza kuwa pengine we ni dealer kama yeye, you're struggling with float, but it is available for you. And he cannot even tell you how much he pays for it. It is very competitive. So we are here to serve you 360 degrees. We are a Kenyan business that actually genuinely cares about transforming lives. Simna tunasema transforming lives. We genuinely care. That's why we are here this morning. And we are Sambaza Furaha. I'm going to challenge Vicky. Vicky, we've got to give good things. Do you want to give money later or one more? Can we give one more? Biashara, what can I ask? I want to give somebody money in their team.
Hey, Lucy, leo umesema.
Leo nimeamua.
Tuanguke nayo.
Can we give some more
Greater
money?
Western.
Can we give another person money in the till? Mnakubali ama?
Sawa.
She's raised her hand. I don't know what she wants to say, but I hope she can answer my question.
Very nice. Please stand if you can. Oh, there you go. And you are challenged to use the Leo before Lucy asks the question.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Sibia Morasha from Kisii. I sell shoes. We are manufacturer of shoes. That is, we make man-made shoes. That is sharpshooters, comfort, back to school, and loafers. Mostly, we make for men because wanaume, usually they go to barter shops. Then you find that those shoes, they're very expensive. So kila mtu aweze kuvaa kiatu. So that is where at least we have specialized for them. And also back to school, instead of going to barter, because our shoes are just the same as those ones for barter, instead of going to barter, you buy at 2,600. As we sell them at 1,500.
Wow. Oh, very nice.
Kila mtu pia avae kiatu ya bata akienda shule. Thank you.
Fantastic. So, do you have a till? Or you have a till?
Yes, I have a till.
Okay. So what is the benefit I give for the current facilities available on a till? How many tenures do we have for the loan for a till?
There were 3.
Uh-huh. What were they? It's 5,000, my dear. Eh?
Sijui kama anaweza ask a friend ama kuna mtu hapa anataka kusaidia. Unataka kusaidiwa ama you know the answer?
We'll still give you something.
Huyu alikuwa amesimama.
7, 14, 21.
Can we give him a hand?
Hebu ngoja sema majina na biashara.
Mimi naitwa Devi, natoka Siaya County na Kisumu. Tuna deal na rental houses. Kama unataka nyumba ya kufanya biashara, mazee nione. Kama ni ya nyumba ya kuishi, nione. Ama hata kama ile ya Airbnb, nione. Kila kitu unione.
Sawa basi Devi.
Leta hiyo 5,000.
No, 5,000 goes to him, right? So the people who've won, Vicky is doing, you'll see someone come and take your details. We'll just put the money directly into the till. Is that okay? Senior biashara. Exactly. The lady at the back, what do we give her?
Akimpe tu kiasi.
Nimpatie.
Mpatie kidogo. 3,000.
3,000. Tumweke. Si anafanya kazi poa. Viatu mbili. Aya, viatu mbili 3,000. Asanteni sana. Please interact with us. Do not leave before we interact.
Asante. Asante. A round of applause of Lucy. Enyewe, she has let us know the tools that will help you to grow with M-Pesa. And of course, ametingiza hizo tills. I like that. Muko fiti ama muko fiti? Muko poa? Hey, nakwambia Devi hapo umeni challenge by the way. Well done, sir. Well done. All righty. Now, we want to do a mini feature on why data privacy and security is important. I know you have heard it being mentioned over the event, so I want to call upon our lead micro and small enterprises, Franklin Okata, to the stage, akuja tuambie why this is an important aspect for your biashara as you continue to grow. Asante sana, makofi kwake as he comes on stage.
You can tell I'm very happy seeing quite great numbers gracing our Grow It Safaricom business event in Kisumu. Have you greeted your neighbor? You know, part of what we do with Grow With Safaricom business is for you to network. I don't know whether we have had an opportunity to greet your neighbor, know what business they do. It's been very exciting when I've been hearing, kama unataka rento, ona mimi, kama unataka viatu, badala ya kununua bata. Bata pia ni mteja wetu, so we encourage you to promote your business. Take the next few minutes to know the guy next to you. Please exchange cards. Surely, you know, we will be talking about our products, but we also want you to talk about yours. So I'll give you like 3 minutes to sell something to somebody. Sema ile kitu unauza. Take that business card. Close that deal today, right? You have 1 minute to go to sell to your neighbor. I hope you didn't sit with your colleague, yeah? The guy you came up with home with. Okay. Sawa. Now I know the conversation will continue later on. I can see how excited we are. So, thank you very much. I once again want to thank you for coming in such large numbers and also just listening to us. As you have seen how my colleagues have said, and you can see the entire Safaricom is represented from the different sectors. You know, it's not just the businesses we are talking to. We have teams in Homa Bay, Kendu Bay today, is talking to the general public. This is a session specific for business. My colleague Josephine talked about the session for youth tomorrow in Muliro Gardens, and she didn't want to go into more details. We have foundation activities happening. So this week is a week for Greater Western, engagements everywhere. And looking at the turnout for business, I'm very excited. Secondly, I just wanted to talk a few things that have come through in the last few weeks regarding data privacy, regarding information, regarding how we gather information. I'll not be long. And just to iterate what Lucy spoke here, and I know our CEO spoke to it quite some time ago when we were releasing our results. I'm here to say that yes, we are here to celebrate, but we are also here to, recommit to continuing to give great customer service, giving you propositions that serve you, particularly as businesses sit here. But more importantly, for you and the general public is to give you assurances about how we keep your data safe. So I'm here to just make a few clarifications on things that we do, which is that, first of all, we do not listen to personal calls. Whatever calls you're making to your loved one, to whoever, it's between you and that person. We don't record them. I know the only instance we usually record calls for our call center, and that is just for our own quality control, so that we are able to use them to, and usually even when you call our call center, you'll be here, the call will be recorded for quality purposes, but generally we don't record any of our customer calls. The second thing I need to also clarify is that we don't share information about you or track you with government or security agencies. And usually what happens is that some people would go to court, and if there is a court order, we are compelled to perhaps go and archive that information. But in general scenarios, we do not record or track you. We all know that we are regulated by Central Bank of Kenya, simply because there's quite a lot of work we do from the financial aspect. And if you work and regulated by Central Bank of Kenya, you know it's extremely stringent for you to continue operating. We are regulated by the CA, which is the Communication Authority, has a lot of rules regarding data privacy that, if broken, we will not even have our license renewed. We also are regulated by, and I think Lucy talked about the Data Act, which created the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, who regulates us. So that means that there are at least 3 bodies in Kenya that regulate Safaricom to ensure that we comply. But we also do, even besides what we do with government, we do annual audits to just ensure that all our data protection mechanisms and measures internally are up to standard. Recently, we have won several awards, but before I come to that, we are ISO certified, which came recently, the ISO 27701, Privacy Information Management System, and Information Security Management System, PSI DSS version 4, which is the most recent version of the payment card industry and data security standard, just to show how different independent bodies appreciate the work we do. So I'm here to give that assurance that you can transact with us, you can do business with us, with the knowledge that your data is safe. But let me also say something, because every day we get cases, whether it's from our call center or from businesses calling us. And one of the things we have to say is security, has to start with you. There are a few things that a company like Safaricom can do, but if you breach some security, you're likely to lose. I'm sure if I ask anybody who has lost money on M-Pesa here, I guess perhaps, let me just see, how many have ever lost even some money? You're an agent, you are a till. Anyone has lost money? Okay, I can see several numbers, several hands up, which means that you have been doing well. But let me just reiterate a few things that we always say. Number one, and this is great because we have a lot of us that, I'm sure if I take my father's phone or somebody elderly, I can actually guess the M-Pesa pin. True or false? Why? Date of birth, Ukijua tu mzee alizaliwa 1952, unaweka 1952, unatuma pesa. I used to send money home at some point, and my dad couldn't see it, because it was, I wanted him to use a smartphone. Kumbe my small cousin will just go, the moment it comes, he transfers, simply because he could guess this guy was born 1952. So the first advice you're giving, just don't use common numbers for your PIN. But secondly, don't share. I know especially in areas like this, you can be sending somebody to go and withdraw for you money, and then you share the till, the PIN. That's where the problem begins. Even with till numbers, where, for example, you have several people accessing the till. You have had cases where people are called, and you are told, you just did some things on the phone and the money went. It's simply because somebody is able to get some of your numbers. Secondly, please avoid things like using date of birth, or using the same PIN. So there are people here who use the same PIN for M-Pesa, same PIN for till, same PIN for TIN, your ATM card. So you think, I gave my wife my ATM card, but she doesn't know the M-Pesa PIN. But the PIN is the same. So the guys just guess. So please, let's avoid using the same PIN for the different places we go to. Secondly, also, Safaricom only calls you on 0722 000 000. Please, if you are receiving a call from a different number, that is not Safaricom calling you. Safaricom only calls from which number? 0722 000 000. Thirdly is, please, let's just avoid, having a place, chini ya pillow hapo ndio umeandika mapin na mapassword. Vile nimesema hapo nimesikia watu wamecheka kwa sababu they know where they have written, right? So, or some place in the phone where people are able to, pick some of your details. So do not store your passwords and pins on phone. Try as much as possible to activate some personalized security features. And you're using smartphones, and they come with a lot. I know many of us just like using the simple, KZ like this. But the phones are nowadays coming. Can you give two-factor authentication? It used to be a big word, but nowadays it's very a simple word. So whether you want to use your facial recognition, you want to use your thumb. My son sometimes takes the phone and has to point in my face so that it can open. But it just means that if I'm not there, he's not going to open it. So what thing we are just asking is, please, let's try to do as much as possible to ensure that we have activated privacy settings such as phone lock features and two-factor authentication on your devices. Because today I'm sure you need to be able to know even if your phone, you live here, nobody can do anything. The days when everybody could access your phones are gone. And finally, when you are downloading stuff, please only download the approved ones. For Safaricom, we have now, of course, we know the business app. If you go and check Safaricom Business, you'll find it there. We have my Safaricom app, which is, if you go there, you'll find, look, even the number of what do I call them? Downloads. If something only has 100 downloads, most likely it doesn't look like a genuine one. Then we have, of course, my Safaricom app. Very soon, we're going to consolidate this into one app. But I just wanted to say, yes, there's quite a lot we do at Safaricom, which I have shown and shared here, but there is quite a lot you can do as a customer to just ensure that you remain protected. Whenever you receive a message that sounds suspicious, please forward that SMS to which number? Let me see if we know. If today you receive a message, okay, acha nione kama niko na airtime. Unajua ukisema uko na airtime hapo mikono inaendanga juu sana. Vicky, do you have something? The airtime I have here is in small denominations. I can't. Vicky, get me some airtime. I want to see. Okay. You haven't even had.
Unataka ngapi?
I want 1,000. So people are raising their hands and they have not even had the question. So let's start. Okay. Okay, let's put the hands down. So I'm going to ask, which number do you forward or do you send an SMS to if you have, you raise your hand? Yes. A network problem. A network problem.
All right. Is it afternoon? Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Steven Osano. I work with Bloom Surgical Center. Bloom Surgical Center is a hospital fully licensed by the government of Kenya. We are located at Mega City Mall, just next to G4S offices, and we are offering fully fledged services. So we have orthopedics, ophthalmic, gynecology. We have surgeons. We are also offering cancer treatments. So karibuni sana Bloom Surgical Center. Now, to answer you, I think the answer is 333.
Watu wamekataa hiyo.
Okay, who wants to try? Anyway, thank you especially for promoting your business. Orthopedic, ulikuwa na very big terminologies of the things you do. Okay, where do you forward an SMS if you feel you need network in some place?
My name is Osako Duncan. I'm from Sosa Cottages Hotel. That is our hospitality industry. We do hospitality services and other hotel services as well, as you know. So welcome during this Christmas so that you can enjoy. You call 100.
Wow, you call 100. This is interesting. So I see very many hands up. Please come here. If you have a network problem, where do you forward your SMS to?
My name is Freddy Kodiwar. I do trade finance. So to all the engineers, contractors, and suppliers, you can get in touch with me. We offer bid bond, performance bonds, and advance payment guarantees. So if you need network problems, you forward a message to 555.
5555 is the number. Please come and get your airtime. Please, congratulations. Thank you very much. But he was also right on 333, only that the answer was right, but the question was the correct one.
Okata labda umpe hamper. Hamper naweza pata.
Tafadhali leta kitu kidogo tumpe.
Let's get a hamper for him.
If you feel you are being defrauded, please send the SMS to 333. We'll be able to pick it and then we're able to support you. So thank you. Mine was very short to just talk about our data privacy, what Safaricom is doing, and what you can do as a customer. Thank you very much. Over to you, Victoria.
Asante sana. Makofi tena kwa Okata for giving us the insights on data privacy and security and how you can stay vigilant within your business. Now, we want to shift gears a little bit because for our online audience, you've not gotten to see the hub, our home of solutions, what we call Zidisha Biashara. You're here at Grow with Safaricom Business. We are live at Sarova Imperial, where we've been empowering ourselves, getting the insights on how we can improve on financial literacy, how we can ensure that the money works for us, how we can relax with our money. We heard from Robert Ochie, CEO of Abojani. He's given us amazing gems. So we want to see now, work with you guys, what solutions do we have that can actually help you to grow fast, grow consistently, efficiently, and most importantly, sustainably. Sawa sawa. So come with me. Let's take a walk. And I want to introduce you to our colleagues. These are experts within their fields, and they'll be letting us know how can we grow our biashara, how can we enable you to ensure that you're able to stay connected with your customers. Sawa sawa. So we are right here. I know my good friend here has amazing solutions in store for you. So kumwajina unaweza tuambia who you are, what you do, and what do you have in store for our SMEs as well as our large enterprise customers.
Thank you. My name is Jones Nyakoy. I am a senior officer handling setup and activation in this region. In this put, I want to welcome you to the communication booth where we are talking about the offers that we have on communication. We know as a small business, as a micro business, or as a large enterprise, you need to communicate. It's with your customers, with your suppliers, or even with your partners. And for this, you need your communication to be affordable. You need to be affordable and convenient. Now, what do we have for you? For a micro business, we have an amazing product called Zidisha Plus. Now, this Zidisha Plus it's an affordable product that is easy actually to purchase. A DIY product. that is very affordable actually for that you can call at a rate of of 1 bob of two shillings. That you can browse at a rate of 1 bob depending on the bundle that you actually purchase.
Okay, so DIY unamaanisha nini? Si lazima ukuje kwa branch, si lazima uende kwa shop.
Yeah, DIY is a do it yourself. From the comfort of your office. You can actually dial *485# and be able to purchase a bundle that is for your employee or for your partner or for your employee or even for your family if you are a small business.
Very nice. So that's for micro and small. *485#, or you can also go to business.safaricom. Hapo wanaweza pata all the menus and all the plans.
Correct. I think what we want to do today, before we move, I think we can actually try this practically. All of you have phones. We can actually go there and do it practically. Do *485#.
Naona in the audience kuna watu wanajaribu kudial *485#. As you do that, even for our online audience, please don't miss out. *485#. You can dial that USSD and be able to get your Zidisha Plus and stay connected to your customers all the time at an affordable rate.
Now, this is December, Fiki. I think we can do it practically. Let's purchase for somebody. I know you may not be having the mobile number for your employee over your head, but you can even do it for your mom, for your family. Yeah, can we do it practically? *485#. There's option 0, that is Zidisha Plus.
So are you buying for yourself ama unabaia customer side?
Hata mimi sio customer, nabaia employee wangu who is my mom for this case, for this demonstration purpose. So what do I want to buy? My mom doesn't use voice, so doesn't use data. So let me buy for her voice.
Okay. So if you can just also guide us, *485#, alafu unaenda aje?
*485#, then we are there. You get option 0 there, Zidisha Plus.
We do, okay, so tuna press 0.
Then what do you see there? Select a plan. There is voice, there is data. Depending on who you're buying, if you're buying for yourself and you're a techie, then you can buy data.
Okay.
For me, my customer, as I said, is a voice customer.
Okay.
Now, on voice, as you can see, you're buying for yourself or then there's a option 1 on voice, that is a weekly plan for 250. So then we have a monthly plan for 500 and 1,000. And with those bundles, you can actually see the rate. The rate of calling and the rate of...
So it is very, very flexible. Whether you want weekly, daily, unataka monthly, unaweza pata.
Correct.
Very
so
nice.
I hope the customers online and the customers in the house will be able to purchase a bundle. Let me go to... I said this is a micro product. But there are businesses here who are medium or large. I know for your employees, for the large number of your employees, you may not be able to do this for them. You may not be having those numbers. So we have a postpaid product called corporate postpaid, which actually we can be able to help you manage it from our end. With all the numbers of your employees, you can just bring us, we load them. You are able to get an invoice at the end of the month, whereby that bundle, it comes with SMS, minutes, and data. So that's not all, actually, for this category of clients. We also have, sometimes they don't want to be bundled, like they have to buy a bundle. Some of them come to us and tell us that we want SMS only. We want data only. We want minutes only. Don't be afraid. We have all those. So if you want, we have an amazing product, especially on data, called sponsored data, whereby for your businesses, you can actually sponsor that online resource for your customers to go online for free to your webpage and be able to see your products and your services, so that when they buy now, you can actually earn your revenue from there.
Very nice. So you actually empower your customers to be able to go to any touch points within your business. Kama ni website, kama ni app, kama ni wapi.
Correct.
And they browse for free.
For free.
Very nice.
That is through Safaricom sponsored data. We also have bulk data for those of you who have employees in the field there who need to collect data, who need data. So you can give you bulk data for you to manage that data yourself, to know how much you want to give to this one, how much you want to give to this one. So that's not all, even bulk SMS and several other products. I want to say for these clients, please, there's an email I can give you, business@safaricom. If you can't see, and I have colleagues here, for those here, you can approach us. We can discuss your business needs. Some of them may not be in the area that I've mentioned, but we can discuss and give you the best product.
Asante sana.
Thanks
So
so much.
you can reach the business team, the Safaricom business team at business@safaricom.co.ke or go to the portal business.safaricom.co.ke and you'll be able to see all these solutions that he has talked about, whether you're a micro, small, medium or large enterprise. Now, we have connected our employees. Now they're able to make calls to the customers and suppliers. What else do we have for these our customers here? Asante. Say your name, what you do, and what you have in store, because naona very many gadgets up.
Very well. Thank you so much, Vicky. My name is Paulo Kayo. I'm the sales lead in the region supporting enterprise customers. So welcome here. I chose to stand on this booth today because everything that we do at Safaricom starts and ends in connectivity. So here I will take you through some of the solutions that we have in terms of connectivity from our fixed, because at Safaricom we have invested in terms of our great fiber network across the country, as well as fixed wireless solutions that you have around that will ensure that you are covered wherever you are within this country. We'll be able to provide you a secure connectivity that you have. The connectivity that we have will serve you whether you are a big, large customers, small customers, you are government, national and county government that we support around. And if you can see with me here, I have some fixed wireless gadgets. We have 4G, 5G gadgets.
And I'm seeing they're very portable, eh?
They're very portable. You're able to use them within your office, and you can carry them home if you wish, especially for the small businesses that we have. If you remember, my colleague who spoke earlier spoke about the offer that you have, that if you sign up between tomorrow, 29th to 31st of December, we give you a 5G router for free, and then you get the package that you have. I really want to encourage you, and I hope some of you, when you live here, you'll visit our booth here or any of our shop to take advantage of that.
Okay, so you get a 5G router if you subscribe to what? Any of the internet packages?
Any of the internet packages on a 5G solution.
Okay.
All right, so we also have 4G, which we have discounted. It's going for 2,299.
If you can show us that, which is the 4G?
This is the 4G router that we have.
Okay.
It's a Huawei, and then the 5G is Nokia. I'm sure you'll be able to see.
Yes.
For 5G that we are showcasing here for our fixed wireless. We also have other fixed wireless solutions like microwave and low level microwave that we use to support our customers, especially if you are in a very remote location where some of these gadgets cannot be able to reach. Then we have our fiber connection across the country, and for fiber we have fixed dedicated internet, mostly for our large customers, as well as contingent capacities that we provide our customers. Prices ranging from $299, as you can see from the wall. And the good news that we have during this period of Sambaza Furaha, we are also giving our customers a 25% discount. This discount only lasts up to 30th of December. Beyond that, it will not be there. So again, I want to really encourage us to take advantage of the discount that is currently there, so that we can sign up either for new fixed dedicated, or you could still sign up for the contended capacities that we provide for our small and micro customers.
Very nice. So we are offering 5G routers from tomorrow all the way to 31st for free, as well as a 25% offer on a shared internet connection, which is the secure, fastest internet in Kenya. Okay? Hiyo ndio tuko nazo.
Yes, those are the offers that we have currently,
Very
and
nice.
it is secure internet. I think we need to get that very clear. Safaricom is the only service provider that gives our customers secure internet.
Very nice. Remember, you can go to business.safaricom.co.ke where you can get all those plans. Get yourself signed up for your biashara as you stay connected to your customers and all your partners within your ecosystem. Now, we have gotten the communication plans right there from Jones. We have gotten connected. We are all lit up within our environment, within our business. How do we stay secured? Talk to us. What do you have in terms of cybersecurity?
Thank you so much, Vicky. My name is James Kitonga. I'm a product manager in Safaricom Business. Yeah, so as the world evolves, as the technologies evolve, we are cognizant of the fact that there are people out there who are ready to sabotage your business. there are entities out there who have ill motives that would sabotage your business or cause it to stop. In this essence, we are trying to mitigate some of these risks by addressing some of the concerns that come through cyber threats. And we want to walk this journey with you to be able to address some of these concerns that come out through threats.
Okay.
Yeah. So what are we doing within the cyberspace? We have solutions that would protect you from the network point. We have solutions that would protect you even from the end device, from the endpoint, with speaking to devices. And we have solutions also that will protect you from the premises itself. In this case, business surveillance solutions. And we are here to work with you in that journey, to be able to train you. We're able to also give you advisory services. And we're able to also do what we call penetration testing and risk assessments to make sure that your business is secure from all points.
Very nice. So cybersecurity training awareness is available. You've got your penetration testing and security audits. We are able to do that for your biashara. Now, I know you're also into tracking and tracking business. What do we have in store for SMEs as well as the large enterprises who have assets right here and they need to know where they are at all times?
So within Safaricom Business, we do have a number of solutions that we call Internet of Things. Most of you might have heard that from the social media and all. Yeah, within the Internet of Business space, Internet of Things space, we have solutions that speak to telematics. We're able to track your vehicles. We're able to track basically your assets and make sure that they are safe. We have tracking services that would include driver behavior features, and any other concerns that will speak to how they drive the vehicle, and also anything that would speak to fuel monitoring and all that. We can provide all those solutions end to end. We also have smart meter solutions whereby we are able to know how much your consumption is in terms of water usage. And also we have cold chain solutions whereby we have temperature tags that can be able to, they're embedded in some of these storage rooms, some of these vehicles that have produce and all that. We're able to track all that and also know much about your produce within the cold storage space.
It's all about enablement, and Safaricom Business can do that for you. As you continue to grow faster, consistently, and efficiently, we need to ensure that your customers are able to come to you and they get secure products and services right there for you. Now, last but not least, Safaricom is all about transforming lives. We have heard from our head of credit who has emphasized on the need of financing the tools that we do have with M-Pesa that can grow with you and ensure that you transform the lives of your customers. What more can we get from M-Pesa and what do you have in store, Asante?
Thank you, Victoria. I'm Septo Nataro with my colleague Titus. We are from the credit team. And I just want to echo the fact that in the spirit of transforming lives at Safaricom, we come with credit facilities to give to our merchants. So our credit products are actually targeting our customers who are till owners and those who are also having the Pochi wallets. So for the credit products that we are offering our customers are broad-based in the sense that we have an overdraft facility and we also have term loan facilities. For the term loan facilities, we have 3 tenures for the facilities that we have under term loan. So we have a 7-day loan, we also have a 14-day loan, and we also have a 21-day loan. So all these have a flexible pricing, and we are also flexible in terms of repayment. And I'll also touch on the overdraft facility. The overdraft facility allows our till customers to overdraw their account to help them complete their payments. So that is what we have. And the overdraft facility also comes with a one-off fee of, we call it an access fee. For that, we've also enabled a flexible repayment in the sense that we allow our customers to pay 40% of what they owe us, and keep some money, as long as that loan is not due or overdue. So that is what we have. Maybe there are customers here who are wondering how they can actually opt into our services.
Yes, as well as the online audience. I'm sure they really want to know how then can they opt in, where can they go, is there a website?
So to opt into the credit propositions, you can either go through the USSD channel, which I'll walk us through. For you to opt in into the overdraft service, just dial onto your phone, *234, *2#.
*234, *2#.
Then select business loans option. Then choose Boost Ya Biashara.
Okay.
Then that will guide you into opting in. You'll have to authenticate, of course. Then for you to also opt into our term loan services, you'll just do, for the till customers, you'll do *234, *2#. Then choose business loan. Then you'll select the second option. Then for those who are having the Pochi wallets, if you want to opt into our services, *334#, then choose option 8, which is Pochi la Biashara. Then you'll choose option 6, which is Mkopo wa Pochi.
Asante, asante sana. Ladies and gentlemen, asante sana for walking with me. We have just gone through a journey of where you can find all the solutions that are tech-enabled, that can empower you, educate you, and also ensure that they elevate your biashara to grow faster, consistently, efficiently, and sustainably. Now, right next, I want us to go and shift gears and go into the Q&A session. I know we have some questions in the room as well as online. So at this juncture, I would like to call upon my leaders onto the stage, starting with our lead of banking, financial services, and insurance, Henry Muturi. Please join me on stage, as well as our head of credit, Lucy Kiai, whom you heard from her earlier on today, as well as our keynote speaker, Robert Ochieng. Karibu sana to the stage. And we can also have our lead of mid-market segment enterprises, Josephine, to join us on stage. So allow me to go. Are there any questions at this juncture? Maswali, tunatafuta maswali, tafadhali. From in-room, okay. I can see a hand raised, and I know there are some questions that we have not answered you, sir. Do you mind if we answer those questions? Yes. Okay. So as we get all mic'd up, we also have our lead from micro and small enterprises. So before we get into because we had some questions that were already outlined, but I want to start with a gentleman who had made some comments. So give me a second. We had highlighted a few of the concerns that he had posed to us. Yes, Okata. I know you have picked some. You can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Okuru Baba. You know, Dan, I told you I follow you, and I heard you wrote a book. I thought you'd be selling here. Now look, a lot of people here are living without buying your book. I wish you'd come with it, but congratulations for the great work you do in Migori. Next time I'm in Migori, I'll spend at your place. And thank you very much for the many questions you have given. I will be able to pick some of them. Those we should be able to address them. I think you started talking about what we hold and about interest, the issues about regulation, and I know my colleague Lucy was able to give the different options you have if you want to earn interest, and I think that question was answered. You talked about our upgrades. Let me say this. We're in an industry, this is the only industry where prices go down. I mean, the prices we had last year and this year will go down. So we're already in the process of reviewing our prices. So it was not really a reaction to Sterling, but that was something planned. But I hear about your challenge about 5G, which I think we can take your specific case to see where you're saying the transition didn't happen very quickly. We'll be able to address it. You have also talked about having different companies, and therefore the way we know you as different entities. So things like loyalty, we are not able to combine it. So please, Paul Okayo and the team, could we pick and just ensure that all the accounts under all your organizations are put as one account, so that when we're giving things like loyalty, we can give as one account. The last issue, which I am picking with our team regarding 5G in Migori, I've just checked. We have 5G in Migori, but it may not be in your sites, in your exact location. We have started developing 5G in the last 5 or so years. Given even the phone penetration of 5G is still low, and that's why you have seen what my colleague Lucy has said about you being able to get a phone on Lipa Mdogo Mdogo, so that we can have as many customers as possible on 5G. That will enable us to expand the network. So I'll be able to give you an update once I found in terms of 5G availability in Migori and of course across the country. And I think there are very many other questions, but I think what we can do is, let me have an engagement with you, because there are very many issues you pick that we need to pick, but I really want to thank you for the feedback you gave us. As always, I wish the book was here, I would have bought it. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you so much. Hello. Yes. Thank you so much, Okata, for that. I know there's a concern he raised, or rather hinted, on competition, and I want Henry to probably come into this juncture. He spoke about Starlink and other competitors within the market. Technology plays a huge role, especially right now for businesses. What are we doing to offer businesses such as these guys, SMEs and large enterprises? What technology solutions do we have in store? Because competition will always be there, right? Yeah, yes. So we will never run away. Okay, let me help you with that.
Yes, regarding competition, the latest competitor to get into this market is Starlink. In terms of customer experience, Starlink came and people were so much excited, bought Starlink. I have a few friends of mine who have businesses, bought the gadgets, but then the story was different when it comes to experience. The speeds Starlink is talking about, ideally, if you look at it, it's not true. When it comes to upstream, you want to upload something. Of course, they don't have gateways. You understand the internet gateways. They don't have gateways in the country. So uploading the upstream part, uploading stuff when you're sending something out, it's a big problem. Download is a bit better, but then of course, you guys, you know very well, when it comes to visa technology, satellite technology, in terms of latency, we are talking of 200 milliseconds. You cannot compare that one with 5G or fiber. Actually, majority of those guys who have bought Starlink devices are reverting back to where they were before. Fiber is the most reliable. 5G and fiber is the most reliable means of communication. So customer experience first. I know we have done a lot to look at harmonizing our prices. We are offering better value for your money.
Asante sana. Now, are there any questions in the room? I can see one hand at the back. Actually, two. I see the hand. Okay, so we can get a mic there. Please say your name, your business, and direct the question to one of the panelists.
Thank you so much to Safaricom for this time. My name is Job Ocheng. I'm here on 2 capacity, on an individual level, and also from an organization. I work at Safe Water and its project, and at SWAP we do a lot of things. We do program and implementation. Under programs, we do emergencies. If you guys know, like now, for those who travel from Migori, you know that Nyando has overflown. And that is one of the things that we do as an organization. We do emergency response, and today our director would not be here, is in that place. Now, some of the other things we also do is on research, where we do educational research, market research, clinical research. So this is where I am going to quickly come to. We are currently doing a research in Kisumu West, Vihiga, and Hamisi. Well, we are really struggling with network in those places, majorly Kisumu, part of Kisumu West, where So for Safaricom, we have around 1,000 lines that we have procured from you guys, which are helping us do research on Msingi Bora. We are trying to see the growth of children at an early age before they join the ECDE in schools. So one of the things that we are struggling with in Kisumu West is the network coverage. What is Safaricom doing on this? But then the major one that I wanted to ask is on, as I've mentioned, we do procure lines from you guys. Currently, we have around 460 lines. Now, we have instances where a line just shows that it's unusable after like 1 week. Remember, we are working with mothers. Some of them are not very literate as those who are probably in this room. So it's very difficult because we have to keep going to the field every time to collect the lines and bring back. We have raised this with one of your Safaricom shops in town severally. But every time as an organization, we have to go back and pay 100 shillings every time to get a new line, which is becoming very hectic. Remember, we are working in 3 sub-counties, and it is over 460 lines. That is one. 2, the other thing I wanted to quickly ask is, so what makes the line unusable? And 2, my friend also asked that how do you treat these lines differently? So you guys have a scenario where if the line goes for 3 months without loading data, it's off and then I think sort of being given to another person or something of that sort. Now, these lines that we use, we are majorly using data, and one of the least we would load is 1 GB for the whole month. That is for one line. Remember, we are using almost 460 lines. Is it possible that Safaricom, and as he mentioned, as he rightly mentioned, that you are doing good, but can you do better for us? We are loading data at least on a monthly basis of 1 GB. Is it possible that it can be treated as airtime so that you don't have to block the line every time? Or if an organization purchases this number of too many lines, is it possible that it can be put so that we don't have to load each and every time? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, John. I want to request the panelists to
just... My name is Joab, not John.
Joab, sorry for that, Joab. I want to request the panelists to take down the questions. I will have 2 more questions so can we have somebody in front, at the front?
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Good afternoon here.
Say that okay.
Yeah, I think mine is so pressing that I really have to say it.
Okay.
My name is Beryl Semo, the head of ICT at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital. I want to say I'm a disappointed customer today. And the reason why I'm disappointed, we paid for LTE's line on Tuesday. Until today, we are seated here. Nothing has been sorted. And I'm also surprised I had to tell the person dealing with it that Airtel is offering free LTEs. So can you refund us and then we get the free LTEs from Airtel? And I'm surprised that today you're saying you're offering free LTEs. So for that, I'd also want a discount since the LTEs has not been issued to us until today. And I wanted to say we are an hospital. And Safaricom, I think, is connected to SHA. And SHA is taking a lot of bundles. So we have the normal one and we have the LTEs. And this has been an emergency, and I really wanted to come to this meeting and let you know you're a very big disappointment to the hospital. And we have really lost a lot of revenue. So that is something that really needed to come out, that sometimes you have to give priority to certain institutions. That is not Safaricom. Another thing I wanted to point out, things have been devolved, and I think Safaricom should equally be devolved. You pay for a service, it has to be confirmed from an accountant in Nairobi so that something is implemented here. Sometimes we need this service very fast. I've paid for something, I need it immediately. But I'm being told somebody from Nairobi who might have been on leave need to respond. So I think Safaricom, you also need to see how you do business with your clients. Yes, we want to do business with you, but at least make us want to do more business with you. Thank you.
Asante sana. Now, one last question. I want to come in front, tafadhali. Just in front. There's a hand here. Okay. Then we can now answer those questions, then we proceed.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Ligawa. I work for County Government of Migori. I'm the system administrator running County Revenue Authority. Okay, I have a few questions to put across. One is almost related to the one that other fella has raised. Just the way I've said, I run the system that collects revenue across the county. Sometimes we have network issues, network downtime. I would request Safaricom to tell us the improvise, what we can be able to use wherever we have issues of downtime. We may not be able to collect revenue in some interior part of the county, like Nyatike, because of network issues. Number two, just the way I've said, I'm running a system that collects revenue. Sometimes we collect revenue from bus park, like for example, Kematatus on the road. And sometimes you initiate the STK push and there is a lot of delay. And then we also get pressure from these Matatu guys. You just understand Makanga. If you stop him for 2 minutes, it will be noise. So this issue of STK push, I would request Safaricom to help us so that we collect revenue very fast. And then the last, okay, another thing that I would like also to ask, the gentleman, in terms of security, he has mentioned that you don't record our voice call. That is not true. Because I've learned wherever there is an issue, the Safaricom guys can easily retrieve calls that were made between a customer and a customer. So if he is saying that you don't record calls, I think that is misleading. He should just tell us that you don't retrieve such information if they are not requested, but you record. Then, okay, another thing that I would like to mention is that actually, okay, in Migori, I have a very important person who used to help us. He is called Maureen. Maureen comes from Sumu. I don't know where he is. He has been very important to our sites because wherever we have issues, we call Maureen and Maureen will easily be able to respond. So I have to congratulate that.
Asante sana.
Then, okay, finally, I saw you are rewarding somebody who came here at 7:55 a.m. And the financial manager is here. I want to ask him, if the meeting was supposed to start at 9, then I've wasted my 1 hour waiting up to 9. Is that person supposed to be rewarded? Because in that 1 hour, I could be making some money. I could be running some of my businesses. But I've wasted 1 hour waiting for meeting to start. So I would not request you to withdraw the reward, but I would request you to advise. Is it appropriate? Thank you.
All right. Okay. I will now request. I will now request the panelists.
Thank you.
To kindly respond to the questions. Yes. Okata, take it away.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, David. Thank you, Beryl. Thank you, Joab. Let me start by saying thank you for the feedback and the engagement. And this is basically what we are looking forward to when we say, could we, as we celebrate our 24 years, let's go to every county, let's call businesses and speak to them. We will get feedback. We'll get rosy feedback, but we don't expect that all the customers are happy with what we do, right? And that's why it's very important, and we really appreciate when you tell us that here you are doing wrong. And I really want to appreciate that, because your friend is the person who tells you, you know, where you need to correct, right? Imagine if we came here and it was all rousy and all claps and everything, it will not be good. So I really, really want to appreciate and say that we're achieving that. So asante sana for the 3 speakers. I know my colleagues will help to answer the questions, especially the last one about the reward. But I just want to start a few things and just speak, starting off with the questions raised by Joab about network. First of all, congratulations for the work you do, the research you do, and how it helps children. It's something that we as Safaricom really appreciate. And it goes to really show us that we're not just selling SIM cards, right? We're selling something that adds value, that helps businesses run, that helps the research, that helps even in terms of whether it's drugs or how we can help our children grow. So I really want to appreciate. Several things coming from that. Some are really account related, and I'm not so sure with the account manager. We need to try to see how we can put you on a tariff that ensures that your lines don't go into expiry. But let me just say, the best one will be postpaid, but for everybody in the house, I know these issues of line expiring is such a big issue. You don't use your line for 3 months and you find somebody using it. So you can today activate what is called Safaricom Daima. If you're on prepaid, can everybody press star 100? Star 100 hash. You will go to, I think it's option 4. Let's just do it together. And you can see what is called Safaricom Daima. Safaricom Daima is a service that enables you to choose. So you go to my account, which is number 4. I don't know if all of us are there. And then you go to number 8, which is Daima. And then you see, you can keep your line for up to 2 years or activate another number. So that will ensure that that line you can be used for up to 2 years. Let me clarify this. The SIM card we give is not an infinite resource, right? You know the way those NDCs work. We have to apply to CA to get that NDC. And really, before they give us an NDC, they actually have to confirm that the other, when I say NDC, it is the prefix. Let's say you're moving from 722 to 723 to 724. Sorry for using some jargon, but let me just explain. So when you go to apply to say, now give us 724, they'll have to go and check and ensure that 723 and below are in use, right? And when they are not in use, we don't get to be given. And that's why we have a rule that if a line is not used for 3 months, we have to recreate it and give to somebody else. But we have here given you an opportunity to say that you can, for a small fee, extend your line if you are sure, if you think you are traveling or you not be topping up, to be used for a longer period. That is for prepaid lines. But for the work you do, I don't think that's the real solution. We should be able to get you a good solution. And Paul Okayo, I think let's get the account manager so that we can give a good solution. That does 2 things. Ensures that your lines remain active for long. But secondly, we have some solutions that ensure that, and I think our friends talk about IoT, SIM cards that are able to work even in places where perhaps network is not as great. So I think we can give you a solution. You also asked a question about network. I must say that network is one of those areas because Safaricom runs on network. Indeed, we haven't covered the whole country, but I know for this region, we've covered much. But we know there are pockets where there could be low network coverage. I know in this season, we are collecting all those areas where we could be having pockets where there's no network. So our team from this region, please let's get in touch with Joab to give us all those areas where they are struggling with so that we can check. Beryl, I'm sorry to hear that we have taken so long to deliver the LTE kit. I don't know. I've seen Maureen is here, so we'll just be able to talk to her and find out not only how quickly can we deliver the kit, but more importantly, what can we do to ensure that we at least compensate for that time lost. It's something that we need to pick up. I think I didn't get the hospital issues, but we'll be able to answer on that. On David's question, I think you have, there are 2 things I'll pick, and I think my colleagues will pick the others. Downtime and backup. We'll need to check your account based on the plan you are. There are plans we actually give automatic backup. So Maureen, please let's pick that and see what plans they are on so that we see how we can give automatic backup. The issue around STK push is an issue I may want Asili to check. What usually happens is there are several partners. So you'll find there's a customer, then there's Safaricom network, then there is Mpesa, and there is an integrator in between. I suspect, I don't know, is your USSD directly with Safaricom or it's somebody in between? There's nobody in between. Please allow us to check, to just try to see why we're having delays. Because in my experience, we also realized that there could be different parties, but we're ready to check. I didn't get the question about the early person. I don't know if you get it, Robert and Lucy. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe okay. I can just take over from where Okata's left. On the STK push, I'm assuming these are M-Pesa payments. Yeah, so I'm from the M-Pesa team.
Is that on? Sorry, Lucy. Is that on?
The STK push from the Migori County, I'm assuming it's with regards to M-Pesa payments. So our commitment is, I'll just take the details after and we will check what's happening. We can just be able to actually give you a response before we leave for the day today. So that's the commitment. Someone spoke about devolved services. Bella from Jaramogi Oginga, that's what she was talking about, the SHA and the payments around it and the challenge around the payments and the utilization of the data. Bella, I hope I got you right, that those particular ones are taking a lot more data. So we'll just check the consumption of the data, why it spiked from that. I was trying to see which other one we left. I think it's a great opportunity. I know the gentleman, Joab, I think it is, didn't ask for it, but I think you are doing some fantastic job. My challenge to you is, given the wonderful work you're doing, explore how you can actually work with the foundation. We've got two foundations. We've got the Safaricom Foundation, and you've got the M-Pesa Foundation. How can you plug in? Education is a big piece for us so that we can just also help you to enlarge maybe what you're doing around research, because it's one of our SDG goals that we are really committed to. Then before I hand over to Robert, as you answer the gentleman, me, I'm controversial. First of all, I will defend her and say her business is digital, and she was doing it as she was waiting for the 1 hour. Am I right? 100, yes. So then we can see Robert help you calculate. Robert, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So actually, when I came, I was surprised to find quite a good number of people came quite early. So I would just say that from there I see it, she definitely had more time to network, because most people attend events just to tick a box. And I think networking is good. So from a financial point of view, usually we say financial capital or money is a byproduct of what you can do, which is what she does, and people, which is relationship capital. So if you can come early and network more, definitely you are going to have more opportunities, because everything is about people. Yeah. And the other thing is maybe not common in Kisumu, but in Nairobi is actually safer to come much earlier. Come and grab a cup of coffee here. Probably it is just 200 or 500, you know, but it will be earlier than trying to come last minute and you end up being late. So it depends, yeah. But for social capital, I'll give it up to her for coming earlier.
Asante. Asante sana. Now, I want to offer the floor 2 more questions before we close this segment. And I don't want to be biased. I know this side we have already answered some questions. Maybe on this side, I can have the mics. On that side, yes? Okay, I can see Felix. And one more person at the back, tafadhali.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity once again. My name is Felix Souma. I work with the Raleigh Falcon Security as an ICT systems admin. My question will go to, I have 2 questions generally. My first question will go to the LT department, because I've been having issues with the 2 of my LT kids. Now it's almost 2 to 3 months when I reported an issue to the business support over the failure of one of my kids. So I was told that at the moment that we don't have kits in store, and they're organizing how they can procure one to supply. And on the other hand, they were telling me that I can write maybe to stop the service until such a time the kits will be available. And we are in business, as you're also in business. And particularly we in the security section. You cannot tell me to write to you to stop a service, yet I need that service. It's a source of revenue to you, and it also brings revenue to me, and you tell me I wait till that time the kits will be available. It happens into 2 of my branches, which I'm currently managing. Apart from that, I had an issue with the fiber cables within my area of work. Just 100 meters from where our company is, there is a mall that is used to eat my fiber cable. At least I don't know how it estimates every 2-3 months, the mall eats the cable. So when I call for support, the support will always come. But they will tell me that I get to control that mall that eats my cables. Is it really realistic? Even if it were you. You know the mall travels underground. And somebody tells you need to get control over that. So maybe I don't know who is in charge of that, but please take my question seriously. Thank you.
Okay, there was a question there, then the last question from, so say that again? Okay, not a problem.
Yeah, first of all, I just asked Vicky we break protocol and take that because I want, someone asked this and I think we forgot about it. We are a devolved business. Okata, who takes care of this segment, isn't alone. So first of all, I think it's only fair at this point we ask the regional team to come from EBU so that we can introduce them. So that you see the army that backs Okata. So you don't think that you have to wait for the Nairobi team to come for you to have some of these issues resolved. So may I request the team from the region, if you could come, and Okata will introduce the team. It's really critical. These are your relationship managers, they're your account managers. They should be able to address these problems, the forefront. Maybe because it's a very wide region, you've not gotten to know some of them. They're an excellent team. I can assure you, customer care is at the center of them. And they will introduce themselves. They'll tell you what area they cover. Okay. And then we will address, Felix, your concerns.
So you can just come down. Just come down. With
Yeah, let me just add. You had Gunilla introduce herself as the Peter Ndegwa of this region. We have been going through, and let me just stand up, a process, and it's now about almost 10 years of fully devolving Safaricom so that there is presence. And now let me explain, because we are doing Sambaza Furaha across the region, we'll not have everybody. There are people right now who are in Kisii, there are people right now who are in Homa Bay, there are people who are across the region. But the lead for this region is called Gunilla. She has an entire team from network, technology, shops. But when it comes to Safaricom business, this is the team that leads. I know Paulo Kayo was here, who is the overall lead. Maybe I don't know whether he must be giving some interview. But let me just quickly, very fast, just say your name and what you do so that you can show that. And these guys, they stay here. They don't stay in Nairobi. They're here.
Good afternoon. Seraphine Kagali is my name. I'm in charge of North Nyanza, including Kisumu, where you're sitting. We've had all your issues and we'll pick it up.
Good afternoon. My name is Maureen Ogutu. I've been mentioned in this session. So I take care of county government and public sector business in the region. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning again. My name is Jones. I take care of the back-end support and activation. So once I've sold, I work with credit and technology to make sure that the service that you've requested is activated the same way you've just requested it. Thanks so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Lilian Adere. I work closely with the account managers to ensure that you are well supported on the back end. I also interact with most of you, or mostly on a day-to-day basis, to ensure that your requests are well attended to. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Ruben Macharia.
I take care of SME customers in Nyanza, that is Kisumu, Kisii, Migori, Homa Bay, and Nyamira counties. So all micro and small customer issues, we are here to sort you, we are listening, and we'll take care of those issues. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Harriet Mugao, supporting South Nyanza region. We have earned you. From next week, you'll be coming to office. At least we have a further discussion on the issues you have raised. Thank you.
Afternoon. My name is David Mtende. I manage SME space in Western, that is Kakamega, Bungoma, Siaya, and Webuye. Karibuni sana. We've had your issues. We will sort them as fast as we can. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Afternoon again. My name is Paulo Kayo. I lead the enterprise unit in the region, that is Western Nyanza. All these teams supporting you. I'm the one who is leading them. So if there are any issues or compliments, please pass them to me. Thank you.
Thank you, team. I think the thing we needed to be able to show is that we have a devolved team. I get the feedback that we need to also ensure that it's not just the sales team. We have people who are responsible for network. They are actually based here. If there are people who are responsible for deploying, for example, the LTE that you talked about, they are actually based here. So we are a devolved business, and we have presence here. And I think, thank you, Lucy, for just ensuring that we make that very clear. Asante.
Asante sana. And also just to reiterate, the leaders will still remain even after we close the event. So we are still here the whole day, right? We'll be here with you. So even the guys who still have questions, we are going to answer them during lunch, after lunch, until we all leave this premise. Asante. So I know there was one more question. Yes, from him. And he's actually typing. He is... as he continues to type, any other question? Yes. You can be able to, yes, to interpret. I think he's just about to finish. Very, very good. So allow me to read this question. So he first wants to take an opportunity to appreciate the Safaricom team for this far that we have gone with us. My humble question is, what is Safaricom doing to develop disability-friendly information, communication, and education materials, because deaf and blind group are affected? That is the question. So I would allow the panelists to answer the questions, then we can conclude with this segment. Asante.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much. He's been such a fantastic sport. I was seated right next to him. People with disability or people who are differently abled are really important to us. So we do have actually braille devices that are available to consumers who want to partake of our products. We've got actually our AI chatbots that are built for differently abled customers. Besides that, you will also see that when you look at our foundations, they do have a lot of work in this particular space. So we've noted your presence today. We are happy to chat. It's actually so wonderful to have him, and we particularly had the interpreter come in to enable him to be able to follow the session. So this is an important area to us, and he's representing, I think he didn't write it, I spoke to him earlier, he's representing the actual organization that takes care of people with disabilities. So if you're out there, I encourage you guys, we have so many tools. Sinasema lazima tujichanue. We use the tools we have. Please go to the website, read what the foundation is doing. If you're in the environment space, like we've had in some of the forums, people in the environment space, we're doing a lot around that. See how you can plug in. The people who are in Nyamira today, for the young people, we have S-Hook. Those guys who got the jumpers, the beautiful jumpers that the lady got, and the second person that got, that is S-Hook. It's a young people club. We meet in sessions like this that are geared just for the young people, just to talk about how to build their skills, how to build their arts, how to build their craft. So please plug into all these things. They're available. Felix, I know you still have questions on the LTE. We'll sort it out over lunch. I think we need to actually call someone. That's why with Okata we've said we'll hold it. We'll call someone and together with the team here and ensure that we deal with it. We apologize honestly for the inconvenience. No, you're not supposed to cancel your subscription. Definitely we'll pick up the complaint and see how to do it. I also want to remind us that we have a dedicated, and Okata will guide you, we have a dedicated line at the call center for businesses. So you don't just have to go through the star 100. So Okata will ask you to speak to that so the business community knows we have a dedicated line that they can have their issues addressed.
Yeah, two things. Before Josephine will answer the question that Dan had asked about schools, but I also want Henry, he heads the financial sector, to talk something that is in the works for SACCOs. But Felix, the LT issues will pick from now. But I'm really interested to follow the issue around the malls, because I know it's been an issue before, and I know we changed the materials we were using for our fiber because we had that issues where customers would complain that rodents or what had eaten some of the materials. So please let me pick your issue and try to find. There's a customer who had such an issue, and I think we sorted it. Whatever we use, I'll be able to pick it up. So Josephine, I think you had an issue around, you wanted to answer schools? Contact center is 22. If you are a business, you call 2222. If you are not whitelisted, to call 2222. The account management team is here. You should be able to ensure that your number is whitelisted to call 2222.
So that's 0722 002 222, 0722 002 222. Asante. So Josephine, yeah. Then we can now close it with Henry. Asante.
Right. I think there was a question earlier in regard to availing free or low-cost connectivity to schools. And through the Safaricom Foundation, what we have embarked on is first to ensure that we have built these schools. You build the schools first, then connectivity follows, and through the government digitalization agenda, that is where now we come in and support to ensure that we avail connectivity to the schools. So we are working together with the government to ensure that this agenda is actualized. But of essence is to ensure that the schools are built. Thank you.
Asante, asante sana. Okay, we have come to the end of this segment. Sorry, Henry. Yes, can.
Yes, yeah. So I just want to talk about what we are doing in the financial space. For the SACCOs and the cooperative societies, yeah, those organizations that deal with micro-lending. We noticed that most of them are not digitized. They are struggling. In terms of information and data security, they have been struggling. You have been hearing a lot, SACCOs, in terms of fraud, every day, losing money. So what we are doing as Safaricom, we are developing, I call it a core banking solution for the SACCOs. We want all the SACCOs to be digitized. We know some SACCOs are still keeping their records, manual through papers. Others are using Excel. So we have a project that we are working on, and we'll be launching it very soon. We are coming up with a system. This will be a shared platform, multi-platform, offered as a software as a service. So basically, there is no investment from the SACCO end. You only need to subscribe. Yes, there is no investment. There is nothing like buying servers, storage. So basically, you only need connection from wherever you are, wherever the organization is, connect to the system, which will be hosted at Safaricom Data Center, and it will help you, in terms of your day-to-day running of the business. It will have the backend, that is the core banking. It will have a digital channel with a lot of features, including, fraud detection. It will be integrated with our credit scoring system. And you will see it very soon. We'll be launching it. So for those SACCOs that are present, or cooperative, or any micro-lending institutions here, we have this project that we are working on.
Asante. Asante, asante sana. Please, a warm thank you again for the panelists who've been here, who've been able to answer some of the questions. I am aware that there are very many questions in the room. So can I request the leaders as well as the Safaricom team, please ensure that you stick around. Let's have lunch with our customers and ensure that we get to the root of the issues and concerns that have been raised right now. And I'm sure there are very many that are still sitting with our customers. Agreed? Please, let's stick around. Let's be there. We are not going anywhere. I assure you that we'll still be here. But because of time and our friends and colleagues who have joined us online, we need to close this segment. Sawa sawa? Sawa sawa, agreed? Yes. Asanteni, asanteni sana. To the panelists, you can take your seats. Asante. Okay, okay. I know we have been sitting for too long. So before I get into the next segment and we get to close the session, to our online...
Mzee moja alitamani kitu rohoni mwake. Kitu kimoja kikubwa Christmas hii. Kuwa familia yake ije na upendo. Ije na furaha tele. Furaha hiyo ienee zaidi kote. Ilete tabasamu ya Krismasi kwa wote. Sambaza furaha. Hii Krisi tuje pamoja kwa upendo.